From the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen.
This is Roz and Mocha.
It's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Roz. Mocha. I think Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow! You just won $1,000.
That is amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man. This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Small but specific things that brighten your day.
Like you.
Ah, boo.
Small and specific.
Oh, hey, man. Come on now. That's not what that I brighten your day. For example, that first sip of coffee in the morning.
That's more medicinal.
Okay. For me, getting all green lights as I make my way from the house to the highway.
That has happened to me about once in the last year.
Really?
Getting all green lights.
And it's the best, isn't
it? Up the road to the radio station at one time in an entire year.
Yeah, it's very rare.
Very rare.
In my neighborhood, I have to get through 9 traffic lights before I get to the highway.
Oof, that's a lot. That's a long run.
And it's happened since I've been in this house that we've lived in like a year and a half now. It's happened twice.
Really?
Where I got all green lights.
Can I tell you what the most satisfying thing for me is?
Tell me.
And I think that it should be consistently altered and permanently, and every auto manufacturer should be on board. I get such incredible satisfaction followed by such rage when I'm at what? When I'm at a stoplight and I'm turning left and the guy in front of me is turning left. That moment when the clicking sound inside my car matches up perfectly with the blinking light on the back of their car. I find an unbelievable moment of calmness when that happens.
Really?
Followed by absolute rage when they slowly start to go out of sync with each other. I think that all car manufacturers, it should be timed specifically, and the clicking should match the lights, because I don't think that the clicking matches the speed of the lights. I think that should be a universal metronome where all lights on turn signals and the clicking sound in the car all operate at the same beats per minute. Therefore, I'll have that moment of satisfaction many times throughout the day, followed by no rage.
You should send an email. So BuzzFeed put this out. People share small but specific things that brighten their days. For example, somebody wrote and said, my husband makes it a habit to send me at least one cute animal picture a day.
Perfect.
It's been years, and I don't think he's ever doubled up. Even if I've seen it before from some other source, I get another 2 or 3 to make up for seeing that one already. It's often frog related. So things like that.
Frogs.
So Dammit Maury decided to make some cold calls to help brighten people's days.
Love it.
Some of those people include his husband, Dammit Matthew.
Hello?
Hi.
Why are you calling me from the other room? Like, I can literally hear you. Like, I'm hearing 2 of you.
Because I'm calling to brighten your day.
You want to brighten my day? Do the laundry, put the dishes away. I don't know.
But
go walk Andy.
How would that brighten your day?
I'm tired. There's lots to do. Laundry. Come out and do laundry. That'll brighten my day.
You are the sunshine, my only sunshine.
This is a joke, right? Like, this is what you do to me. This is,
I want to put a smile on your face.
And I want to put a foot up your ass. Hello?
Hey, how are you?
Oh, good.
Awesome. I'm calling to brighten your day.
Brighten my day?
Yeah, I'm calling to brighten your day.
Why? What do you mean you're calling to brighten my day?
Well, does your day need brightening? I'm here to brighten it.
No.
What did the light bulb say to the switch?
The light bulb said...
Hello?
And best of the day to you.
Who is this?
It's Dammit Maury from the Roz and Mocha Show, and it sounds like your day needs to be brightened, and I'm here to brighten your day.
Roz and what?
The Roz and Mocha Show. So I'm going to brighten your day.
Good luck.
Okay. You are my sunshine, my very own sunshine. When the stars are out.
Very bright. Oh, clearly you know all the lyrics. That's great.
Oh, wow.
Can I go now, damn it?
Hello?
Hi, how are you, Frank Sherman, Dad?
pretty formal there. What's going on? Going on in my mind here, busy right now.
Yeah, no, I wanted to call and brighten your day.
I have like phones coming on my yin yang here. I have like a phone on, like phones everywhere, all over me here.
So then let me brighten your day. And I thought the best way to brighten your day is for me to hear some amazing stories about me when I was a child.
And that's going to brighten my day.
Well, one would
are we brightening up again?
Well, I thought that if you talked about me as a child, it would put a smile on your face.
Yeah, that ought to bring my day. I hope you sleep better when I talk about you, and it's not going to make my day or my night any different.
Okay, we'll try it. Tell me a little story about me as a baby, and let's see if it makes you happy.
Maury.
Yes.
You're not listening, man. I am going absolutely bananas here. I have phones, computers, Teams, Zoom, everything all happening here all at once. I really don't have time for this. Goodbye. Gotta go.
I got phones coming out of my ear.
Yes, Queen. How are you? I'm calling to brighten your day.
This is you, Roz.
Okay.
All right. Does your day need brightening?
No.
Because I'm prepared to brighten your day.
With what?
Here we go. His name is Roz. R is ravishing. O is attractive. Z is zesty. Roz.
Sorry, do that again. R is for?
Oh, ravishing.
O is what?
Attractive.
Okay. Do you have your phone near you or a computer?
Yeah.
Okay. Do me a favor.
Mm-hmm.
Google attractive.
Attractive. Nothing's coming up.
Okay, now try attractive with an A.
Oh, did you mean attractive? Oh, pleasant or appealing to the sense. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so now what?
Okay, now I'd use the other O word I had.
Which was?
Okay, here we go. R is ravishing. O is opulent. Z is zesty. Roz.
Opulent.
What, do I have to Google that too?
Do you know what opulent means?
No. Day brightened it.
Brightened it.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Roz, I want to show you something on my phone.
Okay.
It's a video. And you can...
Excuse me?
Describe... No, nothing bad.
Oh.
And you could describe what you were seeing in this video.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay. I'm looking at... Oh, it's a pool. It's a beautiful pool. Who's that? She's hot. Is that you? Oh, my God. Are you swimming? 2 different strokes. Look at you.
Don't mind the COVID belly, by the way.
Oh, whoa. That's an underwater camera, too. You went all the way down to the bottom and then just came up. Look at you diving in. Goggles and everything, huh? Backstroke, you're floating. When did you learn how to swim?
Guess who learned how to swim?
When did you learn?
It took me 8 classes.
Really?
Yeah.
Did they come to your house? Did you have to go to somewhere else?
Yeah, no, the person came to my house.
Oh, my God.
And taught me how to swim.
How does it feel?
Dude,
I'm so proud of you.
I feel like a brand new person. I went my entire life not knowing how to swim.
Right.
And not having any motivation or any care in the world whatsoever.
Right.
To swim.
Now, when you don't do something that you learn when you're a kid, like riding a bike, when you try and do that stuff as an adult, it's terrifying.
It is.
It's terrifying. So how did you get over the initial fear? Because there's things that people who can't swim are generally terrified of, going down to the bottom, putting your head under the water, being alone in the middle of the pool, all that stuff. How did you get over that?
So my whole thing about swimming, my biggest fear when it comes to swimming was a traumatic experience I had as a kid where I almost drowned. Okay. So every single time I'm in water, I always automatically think of that. And then I just get nervous and I just don't want to swim whatsoever. Get me out of the pool, get me out of the water. Yeah. And the instructor that I had, she was great. She helped keep my nerves at ease and helped calm me and just kept telling me you're not going to drown. Yeah. You just fill your lungs up with oxygen and you're going to float. Yeah. And I think it was by my 3rd class, I was swimming without assistance from the shallow end to the deep end.
Wow.
And I don't know.
No panic, no nothing.
No
huh?
panic whatsoever. Like a couple of times I panicked
Yeah.
when she was like, try doing a breaststroke or try doing like a front stroke, or like, especially when she asked me to jump into the deep end. I was like, I had to build
Get
up.
out of my house.
Yeah, I had to build up some courage for that. But once I did it, I don't know, just something in my head just clicked.
That's
On
incredible.
class 1, did they do like what they do with kids where they hold you and you just sort of splash for a while?
No, she didn't hold me, but here's the thing. Because Cruz, our son, he was doing his swimming lessons as well.
Same teacher?
So same teacher. So I would go first for like 40 minutes, and then he would go right after, and I would just stay in the pool and like watch him. And our whole thing in our house, Jenna kept encouraging me, being like, hey, listen, when Cruz gets older and we're in this house and he says, Dad, jump in the pool with me.
Yeah.
Like, what are you going to do? Just sit there and say no? Or if we, finally get to a point where we travel as a family and go to the beach or whatever, and he's like, Dad, come swim with me. What are you going to do? Just sit on the beach and be like, no, because you can't? Yeah. So that was like my biggest motivation. I'm so thankful that my wife took care. Like, she basically booked everything and was like, Cruz is doing this and you were doing this as well.
Was she sitting off to the side with a margarita in hand?
She was sitting off to the side, not with a margarita, but very encouraging.
Really, huh?
Yeah,
That's
I'm like
incredible.
I feel like a brand new person
So are you just
now.
swimming all the time now?
All the time.
It feels great, right?
Oh, it's so good.
There's
it's
a freedom
so relaxing.
to it.
You get your exercise in there. Oh, dude, it's my favorite.
There is a calmness, and I can't believe that it took you this long in life, but I want to get your thoughts on it. When you jump in a pool and you're the only one there, and as you hit the water, you just don't move and you float to the bottom. There's a calmness on the bottom of a pool that is like no other place in the world. What was it like the first time you did that, where you sat submerged underwater at the bottom of a pool?
I was like, holy S, I'm actually doing this.
Yeah.
Like, it was my first time. I was like, I can't believe I'm doing this.
Yeah.
And you know what? Honestly, even now, every time, like, if I swim from the shallow to the deep, deep to the shallow, whatever, or I do a dive in, I still have that holy crap, I can't believe I'm doing this moment.
Yeah, but you got to be proud of yourself.
It's the best.
I'm proud of
I really
you.
am.
That's
Thank you,
awesome.
buddy.
That's awesome.
Yeah. The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Yo, Dwayne, it's Roz and Mocha.
How you doing?
Good, buddy. How are you?
Good.
So, Dwayne texted us, Roz. I want to say I'm super proud of you, Dwayne, because earlier this week, I shared with everybody that over the summer, I learned how to swim.
Right.
As an adult.
Yes.
Did not know at all. Took me 8 classes. I'm good now.
Yeah.
I could cannonball. I could dive, front stroke, backstroke.
Full confidence.
100%. And Dwayne texted and said that the story he heard inspired him because he's a grown-ass man that does not know how to swim, scared of the water, and is going to go through swimming lessons.
Oh, you are?
And he had already talked to somebody to set things up.
Yeah, I did earlier yesterday.
Good for you.
What's your biggest fear of not wanting to swim?
Drowning.
Oh, well, yeah, obviously.
But how did you go? How old are you, first of all?
Well, I'll be 50 next week.
You'll be 50 next week. Congratulations, buddy.
Thank you.
So what's the reason? After 50 years, how did you not even accidentally learn how to swim?
Well, I tried 4 years ago. I signed up for a class, and I went for the class, and I realized after it was with a bunch of children. So, not children, but 7, 8-year-olds. So I kind of got laughed out of the class because I was flopping like a fish out of water.
Aw, buddy.
Yeah.
So I never went back again. So now we're putting in a pool next year. So I said it's time to learn how to swim.
When I did young drivers in my 40s, the in-car stuff was fine, but you have to go and you have to do the classes.
Yeah.
And so I was the 40-year-old something in the classroom with a bunch of 16-year-olds who are all doing the written part of getting your license. And I looked like I was there on some sort of court order, right? Where I did something wrong in a car and I had to go and take brush up classes and everything else. It's a very uncomfortable thing when you're in your 40s and you start living the life or doing things that 16-year-olds are now sort of doing. So I get it. Now, I will say this to you, Mocha. I know that you have full confidence in everything else.
Yes.
There's one hurdle as a swimmer, even a great swimmer, that you have to work up to.
Okay.
And you can do the backstroke, you can tread water, you can do all this stuff. You can have full confidence in a pool.
Yeah.
The last hurdle for you with being an efficient swimmer is to go out on a lake or in the ocean and jump off the side of a boat with no life jacket.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing
Okay.
No.
That's the tough part, yeah.
That's not in the plan.
That's not in the plan.
No, not at all.
Okay, cool. All right. Cool. No, man, at 50, you do you. I cannot tell you. I knew people were going to be inspired by your story, Mocha. I knew it. I knew that you, just even saying that you took that shot and you learned how to swim at the age that you are.
Young millennial.
I knew that it was going to be inspiring for people. And I'm so glad it was.
And Dwayne, we are super proud of you. Glad that you made the decision and that you reached out and you're going to actually go through with this. We believe in you, and we know that you're going to be able to swim by the end of your lessons.
Thank you, guys. It means a lot. You guys just calling and making the time to, inspire me. You guys are amazing.
Are you going to do Speedo or are you going to do shorts?
Probably shorts.
Come on, man. Come on.
Speedos are for when he's ready to jump off the side of a boat into the ocean.
Maybe Speedo in the ocean.
Come on. If you're gonna show up like the old guy, show up like the old guy. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You're gonna do great, Dwayne, and we're gonna check back in with you, okay, buddy?
You guys are amazing. Thanks, man.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed.
Still love this song.
Classic, man.
Looking kind of dumb with her finger and her
They got the last laugh though, huh? Smash Mouth?
on her forehead.
Not anymore.
Oh.
Did you hear? There's a reason I'm playing this.
Oh, no. I thought you were playing it because it's a great song.
Did you hear this Smash Mouth news?
No. What happened? Come on, man.
They're playing the show in the motorcycle festival out in like South Dakota.
Sturgis?
Yeah.
That's like the biggest motorcycle gathering in the world.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. So they were one of the bands playing.
They had Smash Mouth play Sturgis?
Yeah, Bone Thugs and Harmony were also there.
That's kind of cool, though.
Quiet Riot was also there?
Yeah. Does Bone Thugs and Harmony just hang out there like just all year behind the stage? And then when Sturgis happens, they just like wake them up and then they go on stage and do their thing?
Yeah, they're like, you got 2 songs, guys.
Yeah, you got 2 songs.
Finally.
Like, what else do they do throughout the year? Not much, right? They just live on the stage.
So, during the Smash Mouth set, people who were there ignored social distancing guidelines, including getting close to one another and refusing to wear masks.
What are you doing?
During the Smash Mouth set, lead singer Steve Harwell said, and I quote, "Now we're all here tonight, and we're being human once again. F that COVID-S."
Yeah. You're in the moment, right?
A representative for the South Dakota Health Department said they linked at least 40 COVID-19 cases directly to that rally. Meanwhile, the North Dakota Department of Health tracked 17 additional in-state cases related to the rally and further stated that at least 103 connected cases have been spread to Minnesota, Montana, Nebraska, Washington, Wisconsin, and Wyoming.
Yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate, right? Poor Smash Mouth.
To add insult to injury.
No, come on, man.
Because of all this.
Don't hurt Smash Mouth anymore.
Smash Mouth has been getting hate mail that was disguised as fan mail.
No! Like with like stickers on the envelopes and stuff? Come on.
And one picture that they posted on IG, it was like, there's a hate letter that somebody like wrote out, and a copy of their CD that was smashed into pieces.
No.
Which, by the way, in this article pointed out that you can buy this particular CD on a website for 33 cents.
Okay, enough. This is just heartbreaking, all of it. The whole weekend sounds like a huge regret for everybody.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Explain this Rick Astley thing to me. So, Rick Astley, of course, most people know him, not even as a singer, but just the meme, right?
You just got rickrolled.
Remember how frustrating it was to get rickrolled? Because people got really, really good at writing very clickable things.
Yeah.
I remember being so pissed off every time I got rickrolled. And then I also remember there was a lot of things that I missed out on because I didn't click it, and it happened to be true, but I just thought I was going to get rickrolled. I missed a lot of real cool things.
Like Russian roulette.
Yeah.
What a good song, though.
Remember everybody thought he was black?
No.
That was the whole thing with Rick Astley.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Because back in the day when Rick Astley came out, it wasn't like you could just Google Rick Astley.
Yeah.
We all heard the song way before they saw the video. And then people saw the video and they were like, he's a ginger?
Like a super
What?
ginger, too.
Yeah.
Such a good song. So he's making news again because I guess on his YouTube channel, for some reason, he did a cover of Post Malone, Better Now. We all know this song.
I love this song.
You know, it's funny. I have a new appreciation for Post Malone and his music. Like, I liked his music when it first came out, but like going back and listening to stuff again, like stuff in the past like 3 years or so, it's super good. But this is Rick Astley.
So, there are a lot of words in this song. It's not my song. I don't really know it properly, but I love it. So I'm going to give it a go. Here we go. Let's see what happens.
He doesn't really know everything.
No problem, man.
But
you probably think that you are better now. You only say that cause I'm not around. You know I never meant to let you down. Would give you anything, would give you everything. You know I say that I am better now. You know I'm something kind of not around. You know I never meant to let you down. Would give you anything, would give you anything.
You didn't like that? No, huh? It wasn't for you?
No.
But it's Rick Astley, though. Like, it's not like somebody trying to sound like Post Malone. It's Rick Astley sounding like Rick Astley. He's still got the 80s echo on his microphone, huh? People don't use that much echo anymore.
It sounded very amateur to me.
Really?
Yeah.
You probably think that you are better now. You only say that cause I'm not around. You know I never meant to let you down.
I'm not into it.
Anything would give you everything. You know I say that I am better now. You know I'm something kind of not around.
Shem, get in here for a second. You're a singer. We need to voice the reason in here.
Shem, the better singer of all of us in here.
Go.
You actually
Shem.
sing.
You
want me to sing?
No, I don't want you to sing unless you want to. I'll always have you sing. No, okay, so you heard the Rick Astley clip.
Yep.
Is amateur or not?
Not amateur, but it's just
Yeah, but Mocha said amateur, though.
I don't know. I'm not into
amateur.
It's aight.
Like, Rick Astley's got a good voice.
Fantastic
We could say
voice.
that. Maybe the song just wasn't for him.
He had a good voice.
Right? Oh, my God. Where did all your hatred for Rick Astley come from?
No, I don't hate him. I'm just saying.
I'm not saying don't hate him. I'm just curious as to know why you hate him more than most.
I don't hate him more than most.
It really sounds like it. It sounds like you got a thing for
let me
him.
be clear. I do not hate Rick Astley.
Like we just pulled off a Band-Aid or something.
No.
Like he really does, doesn't it? Sounds like he hates him a lot.
You know why? Because I'm used to, like, when people do covers of songs, I'm used to it sounding like amazing. And you're like, oh my God, that sounds so good.
Right.
But then this one, it was just like, mediocre.
Oh, can you sing the Rick Astley song? Do you know that song?
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down.
That? It's almost a Kermit quality to it. Huh? Is that the deal? Yeah.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is...
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Hey, Nadia. It's Roz and Mocha. How are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you guys?
Doing great. Thank you for joining us all the way out from Calgary.
Nadia, you wrote us this. Hey, Roz and Mocha, Fix My Life. I'm from Calgary and have a serious FML that I need advice on. The security guard in my building got my number through the system and texted me saying we should hang out.
Whoa.
He's been a nice guy that I would occasionally chat with every morning, but now I'm freaking out and I feel unsafe that he's taken my number in that way. I don't want to get him fired, but I don't know what to do. This isn't the first time he's texted. What should I do?
So are you talking about the building that you live in or a building that you work in?
Yes, exactly. The building that I live in. So this is an occasion, like, guy that I would see, like a security guard. And then, having just regular morning greetings and whatnot. But then he took my number through the system, kind of invaded my privacy in a way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, when you say, I need to, you said something in there that we have to figure out the level of, before we go on to giving you any advice that may be the wrong advice, which is when you say you feel unsafe, what do you mean when you feel unsafe? You feel unsafe that he was able to get your number, or you feel unsafe because you actually fear him?
No, the thing is, like, I feel unsafe because, so I feel like he knows too much information about me. Like, I bet he knows where I live, like, now, like, unit number and everything like that. So does he have access to get into my unit, do something? I don't know. That's the kind of fear that I kind of have. Does that make sense?
How many times is he texting you a day?
He only texted like one time in May, and then I thought he would take the hint if I just ignore his text.
Yeah.
And then he texted like 2 days back, which is 3 months apart.
What did he say in his text?
He said, "Oh, hey, what are the odds of you being bored in the next hour and wanted to hang out?"
And did you reply?
No, I didn't.
How do you know it's him? Did he say it was him?
Because I didn't delete the original text. I kind of just kept it for proof, I guess. And then that original text had his name. And
okay.
Yeah.
So you know it's him. I think that in cases like this, the thing that you're going to want to do is say, it's no big deal, or kind of weird, but I don't want to get the guy in trouble. Those are all the wrong things to do. That is the worst decision that you can make. And I know that things are going to seem like an overreaction, but when it comes to you and your safety, I think that what you owe yourself is an overreaction. And that's just me. That's just my opinion. I think that you have to figure everything out and tell as many people as you can and make a deal of this, because it is not cool in any way. And I know you said you don't want to get the guy in trouble, but that is, I think, that a problem that a lot of young women have, where you don't want to speak up. You don't want to be, I don't even know what the word is. I don't want to say aggressive because that's just the wrong word, but you don't want to be that person. And I think that it's okay to be that person. I think you have to be that person, especially when you know you better than anybody else. And if you don't feel safe, I think you got to exercise all your options in making sure that this does not happen again.
Yeah,
and
because Nadia,
and even if that's police, then that's police.
Yeah, you don't even know if you're the only person that he's done this to, that he's been able to gain access and start texting. You could be one of many. You don't know that.
That's true.
Right? And I'm with Roz on this one. Like, I think keep ignoring him. Don't respond to anything that he texts to you. And I would go either straight to the company, the security company for the building, or go straight to your building manager.
Yeah.
The question always is after something happens is, if you were so scared, why didn't you say anything? And nobody should ever ask you that question, right? First of all, but that is the question that you're going to get more often than not from people. And so you need to make permanent records of things, and you need to tell people, and you need to do it quick.
That's true. I definitely agree with what you guys said. And the only thing that I'm kind of like hesitant about is him kind of being maybe retaliated, because Calgary is a small town, and I might just stumble into him on the street. And that's the thing that kind of holding me back in a way.
And this is why we said maybe it doesn't just stop with his boss. Yeah. Maybe this is something that you go higher than that. Maybe this is something that you do involve the police, and you do make a formal complaint, and you do you put this on the record.
That's I definitely agree with that. Honestly, I've been really in a dark spot kind of way. Like, I don't know what to do about it, and I've told people. Yeah. So. I don't, honestly, I'm like just overthinking it, and paranoia just got to my head in a way.
That's not overthinking, though.
No, it's this stuff happens so often, and I don't know what the exact right thing to do is, but I can tell you doing nothing is the wrong thing. Right?
Yes.
It's tough. It's hard, especially when you say that when you're fearful, or you think that he's going to retaliate or something like that. I just think that you have to explore all options, and you have to tell as many people as you can, and you have to get this on record with as many people that matter as soon as you can.
For sure. I'll try. Yeah, I'll try to do something about it and not just sit in silence and do nothing about it.
Yeah. Best case scenario, you talk to as many people as Ross said, and he doesn't ever text you ever again, and you never have to see him ever again.
Yeah, and if I'm wrong, if Mocha's wrong on this, and this is just the absolute wrong thing to do, and there's somebody who has been in this situation where you can, give some insight into this, just shoot us a text at 925-555. We'll try and get a couple of them on before we do the news. But I just think that this isn't the kind of thing. I know in your gut you just want to be good and you don't want to cause any trouble and you don't want to get the guy in trouble, but that's not what this is about. I think that you gotta explore all your options here, and if that's the wrong advice or somebody's got a better idea, shoot us a text. But that's what I'm going with.
For sure. Thank you so much, guys, for the advice. And this has been really helpful. I just want to say one more thing before I hang up. I want to give out a shout out to my brother who really pushed me into contacting you guys to fix my life. Thank you so much.
What's your brother's name?
Hussein.
Okay, there you go.
Much love to you, Nadia. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life
on Kiss.
I have one of these BuzzFeed trending topics that I know you're going to have an opinion on.
Okay.
Actually, many opinions.
Okay.
Here's what they put out. People reveal cooking habits that drive them crazy. Here's some of the replies. If you crowd the pan, you'll end up steaming whatever you're cooking instead of browning it.
That's true, though. Your meat should never touch.
What?
That's the rule.
Each other?
Yeah.
Or anything else in the pan.
Like your meat should never touch. Okay, it's just like a little life rule. So if you have like 2 pieces of chicken or 2 steaks or 2 whatever it is that you're using the same pan, okay, your meat should never touch. Right.
For anybody who doesn't know, Roz is very skilled in the kitchen.
Just remember that. Yes.
I lack the words to explain the torture of using a glass cutting board.
Oh,
can I tell you?
Anybody would.
My mom has one of those.
Really?
And I hated it. Yeah, I still hate it. I think she still has it.
No, the sound and the knife slips. And
you know what? I find those glass cutting boards, yes, everything slips on them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Even if it's just like a little bit of wet.
Yeah.
It slips.
I also don't like when people cover everything because they're worried of like the splash or the heat or whatever it is. So no matter what it is they cook, they put a lid on it. So they basically just steam everything.
Can I tell you?
Right?
At my parents' place?
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's just like a West Indian thing.
Yeah.
Right? My parents are Guyanese. Let's not talk about covering food. Okay?
Yep.
They will take saran wrap and cover the back of the stove where all the controls are and stuff, right?
Really? Yeah,
they cover it to protect it from like splatter and mess.
Right.
And every couple of months when, you get like a little hole in the plastic, they'll unwrap it and then get a new thing of saran wrap and wrap it again. Yeah.
Wow.
And the remote control. My dad still does that.
Your remote control is covered in saran wrap too?
Yeah. And then, but here's the thing, okay?
Yeah.
I love you, Mom and Dad. But here's the thing. If the remote control, if the saran wrap around the remote control starts coming off, or if it has like a little hole or whatever, instead of getting a new piece, my dad will either wrap like an elastic band around it, or he'll get some Scotch tape and tape it back on until it is literally disintegrated to the point where you can't use it anymore. And he'll just get a new piece of saran wrap.
What is his fear of having an exposed?
I don't know, but like growing up, now that I'm talking about it, like a lot of my uncles and aunts did the exact same thing.
Covered in saran wrap to protect
stuff was covered in saran wrap.
That's super weird, man.
Again, this is what BuzzFeed asked their readers.
Okay.
People reveal cooking habits that drive them crazy. You can't expect the salt shaker at the table to do the job. Nothing seasoned at the table with a salt shaker will ever even approach the flavor of something that was seasoned throughout the cooking process.
True that.
Not sharpening knives regularly is one of the worst things you can do to your knives. People most often cut themselves on a dull knife, not a sharp one. It's also just better for the food you end up eating. Veggies won't be so bruised and steaks won't be so overly tenderized from forcing a dull knife through it.
Okay, I agree with half of that. There is an old wives' tale in there, and maybe old wives' tale, we shouldn't even be saying that anymore. I don't even know if that's politically correct or not. But anyway, the adage of you're going to cut yourself, it's easier to cut yourself with a dull knife than it is a sharp knife.
Yeah.
That is a complete fallacy. Now, it's easier to work with a sharp knife. You're not going to slip around as much with a sharp knife. But the idea that it's easier to cut yourself with a dull knife rather than like a super sharp chef's knife, the times that I've cut myself in my kitchen have been with a sharp knife. The times that I've been most frustrated in my kitchen have been with a dull knife.
Do you sharpen your knives after every use?
Not after every use, no.
No?
No.
Oh, okay. Seasoning the pan instead of seasoning the food. Here's a quote from one person that wrote into BuzzFeed. My husband sprinkles salt, pepper, and Italian seasoning into a hot pan and then adds plain, unseasoned protein on top. He seems to think this accomplishes the same thing as seasoning the meat directly. It does not. That makes no sense whatsoever.
No, and burnt
it sounds like you would just
pepper doesn't taste good.
Yeah, you would burn everything in there, right?
Yeah.
Putting noodles into water before it's boiling. Like the water is straight out of the tap and the stove's not even on yet. Read the instructions. Boiling water takes longer than 3 minutes, and that's why your ramen is mushy AF.
Yes, that is 100% true. That is 100% true.
Okay. Oh, I know you're going to get heated on this one.
Okay, go.
This is the last one, by the way. When other people touch the stove, even though you're the one cooking. I had some tomato sauce going at a nice even simmer, but apparently someone else in my household thought it should be boiling like pasta water, so they jacked up the burner to high and added more time to the timer. Moral of the story, don't touch.
What?
Yeah,
Who would
messing
do
with
that to
somebody's
you?
cooking.
No, you can't do that. I do it to other people. I do it to Catherine all the time. Do
you really?
Yeah, because she forgets things.
Oh.
And she'll fully admit that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
She'll put,
absolutely.
Like, what, water on
she'll
to boil?
No, she will go into the kitchen and she'll put bacon in a pan. And then she'll go and do something, and I will get up from wherever I am, and I will go and I'll cook the bacon. I'll finish cooking the bacon. I'll take the bacon and I'll put it on a paper towel. And then when the bacon is like cool enough to eat, probably a little bit too cool to eat, she'll stroll back into the kitchen and go, "Oh yeah, my bacon."
Oh my God, bro, your house could have been like burnt to the ground.
Yeah, but it's not because I'm there. Like that's the whole thing, right?
Can I add one to this?
Yeah.
When you're cooking cookies in the oven or anything in the oven, stop constantly opening the oven to check on something until
That's
it's
a rookie
done.
move. Yeah, that's a rookie move.
What, does Matthew do that to you all the time?
Like I'm sitting there on the floor watching the cookies cook, and he's constantly opening the oven
You mean
to
bake.
like.
Stop saying cook, bake. Even though they're called cookies, you bake them.
Isn't that weird?
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Have you been following Drew Barrymore at all on social?
No.
Oh my God, because there's so many great parody accounts.
What's going on with her?
No, she just does like she's doing it really, really well because she's very genuine and she's very much relatable. She reviews a lot of products like beauty stuff, and then people do parodies for it, and then she reposts the parodies, which is I also love when people do that.
Yeah.
But it's like she'll be like, "Hey guys, just want to tell you about this new product I got. It is a game changer. Not sure if you've ever heard of it, but I just got turned on to it. Vaseline." Right? Like it's that kind of thing.
Oh no.
Yeah, and then everybody just loves her for it. But years ago, and I think it was 2016, she was on Andy Cohen's show, and I guess they get them drunk on that show, or 2018 maybe, and I guess they get them drunk on that show, and she was on with Timothy Olyphant, and Andy Cohen was trying to get her to say who was the best and worst kisser that she's ever had on screen, and you can hear Drew like she's clearly drunk in this clip.
Can you describe your worst kiss? You don't have to say who it was.
I said chicken lips and prophylactic.
All right. I'm gonna look at your IMDb.
I can't even remember. I lost it. But
Tim, what was your best kiss?
You know, my wife and I have been together now.
Oh, great. You have to bring it up right now after I tell you you're a great kisser? God, don't I sound like a lech? Good answer.
See, now at the time, I thought that clip was actually kind of cute.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Whatever, she's drunk.
So she does another interview with, she's talking to Andy Cohen again and talks about how much that interview affected her. Listen to this.
It was on your show, and I drank too much, and I have never forgiven myself, nor will I ever forgive myself.
Really?
Because whatever personal thing I do, nobody sees it, even though I'm an imperfect person, and I tout that, and I've had that liberty since I was a kid because it was all out there.
Yeah.
And it was either boo-hoo about it or say, God, it's sort of redeeming to not have to pretend to be perfect. But I really want to apologize to you because I really I will never let that happen again.
Oh my God.
Right. She took it really hard. Yeah. Yeah.
I just want to give her a hug now.
I know. It's Vaseline.
Roz and Mocha.
On Kiss.
Ed Sheeran had a kid.
Sorry, what?
Ed Sheeran had a kid.
I had no idea his wife was pregnant.
Yeah. Yeah, he just announced it.
Oh.
How do you say this name? Lyra.
L-Y, Lyra.
Lyra?
That's what I think.
Yeah?
Yeah. Wouldn't be Lyra. That could be. I don't know.
Lyra, Antarctica, Seaborn Sheeran is the
Say
name.
again? Lyra?
Lyra, Antarctica,
Yeah.
Seaborn Sheeran.
Okay.
It's too long for forms. They say we're on cloud 9 over here.
Can you fill out your full name, please? I said full name.
How many names?
Wait, does your driver's license have to have all those names?
I think so. I think that because I know people that have had longer names or just a name that they've gone by their whole life, and then you get one piece of ID that has that, but then that piece doesn't match anything else, and it causes all this confusion. Like it's crazy.
Like your credit card doesn't have to have.
No,
full.
on a credit card you can put what you want.
Mm-hmm.
But
My driver's license does not have my middle name.
Really, huh?
No.
But that's fine though, because I think that but you can.
But your birth certificate
But
will.
that was your
birth certificate will,
But that
but
was
my-
your option though, right? You just didn't fill it out that way.
No, it says Maury S.
Yeah, what does mine say? I'm curious. As a licensed driver, let me check my driver's license. My whole life, I could never play this game.
2-year streak.
2-year streak. I can't see this at all. I got to get my flashlight.
Yet he drives. Yet he drives.
I know. You know what I realized today? You know when you drive, right?
You're supposed to see, yeah.
Yeah. So you know when you're going through a stoplight. You know when it starts counting down on the side, like when yellow's about to happen,
Yeah.
and you get the numbers on the side?
Yeah, at the crosswalk.
If it's like early morning or at nighttime, all that is a big like yellow blob just blinking at me. Like I can't see those numbers.
Bro, you
Can
need
you
glasses.
see the numbers?
No.
You
Clearly.
can't see the numbers.
No,
I can't see the numbers
I got
at
20/20.
all. At all, I can't see the numbers.
You need glasses, man.
That's one of my
name's on my driver's license.
Is it?
Yeah.
Mine just says Maury S. Sherman.
Huh.
And
I guess they
also
don't
has
care
an
about
X
you as much
for
as they care about
glasses,
me.
though.
It has what?
An X for where it says that you're supposed to wear glasses. That's my only thing is I wish I didn't so that I had the option.
Yeah, but you shouldn't have the ability to have the option. You have terrible eyes.
I know, but I should be able to
Says the guy
decide.
can't see.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Sabina, it's Roz and Mocha.
Hi.
What's going on? How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys doing today?
Good. Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Sabina texted to inform us, Roz, that it is her birthday. And she also says in her text that she loves listening to the Roz and Mocha Show. She's from Toronto, but moved to Ottawa for university a few years ago. And when she came back to Toronto in March because of the pandemic, she said the show has been more of an escape for her during this time. So thank you very much for listening, Sabina. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you so much, guys.
So you moved back home, as in home to Toronto, but home like with your parents as well?
No, I'm just staying with a few relatives
Oh,
at
okay.
the moment.
So what's happening in the fall then with school? Are you going back?
Oh, yeah, I'm going back.
You are. And what's class
To
going
Ottawa.
to what's class going to be like? Are you guys allowed in, or what's the deal?
It's all online for the fall semester. We don't know what the winter is going to be happening. And to be honest, I don't agree with my school's decision for what they've done with the fall semester being completely online.
No, you don't. You want to go in.
Yeah, well, because I have smaller size classes, I think it could work for those types of classes. And then like big lectures could have been online, but I feel like my school jumped the gun way too early with their back to school plan because they all decided this in May.
Yeah.
Oh, so going to school in Ottawa, but you're doing it online. Do you have to go back to Ottawa, or are you going to just stay in Toronto?
Oh, I'm going back to Ottawa because I have a residence offer there, and I accepted that before this all happened.
Now, are you allowed to stay in residence?
Yes,
You
thank
are?
God.
Oh, wow. I didn't think that they were going to allow people to do that.
Are there
Yeah, but they do have restrictions.
Yeah, well, like what?
Like, we're not allowed overnight guests from outside of campus, like, who don't live on residence. And, like, on moving day, we can only have one person help us move in.
Oh, geez. Damn. A lot of upset moms.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? What's residence like now? Do people do you guys, is it still a party place? Because I know when I lived on campus at Humber all those years ago, it was like a movie. It was just non-stop chaos.
Yeah.
Non-stop chaos.
What's it like now for you, Sabina? Do you notice anything?
Well, only a select few of my buildings are the party buildings, and there were 2 instances in my first year where the campus police did arrive because some people were smoking weed at the time, and this was before weed was legal.
Oh my God. You know what?
That sounds so tame, though.
Do you know what would wake me up every morning?
What?
I'm not even lying. So at Humber, when you stay at the residence there, it was all single rooms, and there were these tiny, tiny, tiny little rooms, right? They were great though, but it was all single rooms. You would wake up in the morning by the sound of duct tape.
Duct tape?
Duct tape. Every
Why?
single morning, guys ripping duct tape is what woke you up. Because every morning before class, all the weed heads would duct tape all the seams on their door. So the smell didn't get into the hallway.
I guess that doesn't happen at your school in Ottawa, eh, Sabina?
No.
That's the school. That's the school. That's where I lived. Where I was telling you that the guy had his own soundtrack. Where every time he walked in the room, he had a little speaker with him, and he would press play on a cassette tape. Yeah, and he would play his theme song before he walked into any room.
So you know. Well, Sabina, it's good to have you back. It was great talking to you. Happy birthday. Thank you for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show. And our birthday gift to you is to have you tell us, between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite?
Mocha.
Oh, wow. Just like that, huh?
Smart kid.
Thanks.
Love you, Sabina. Happy birthday.
You too. Bye, guys.
Hey.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Podcast.
Sabina, it's Roz and Mocha.
Hi.
What's going on? How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys doing today?
Good. Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you.
Sabina texted to inform us, Roz, that it is her birthday. And she also says in her text that she loves listening to the Roz and Mocha Show. She's from Toronto, but moved to Ottawa for university a few years ago. And when she came back to Toronto in March because of the pandemic, she said the show has been more of an escape for her during this time. So thank you very much for listening, Sabina. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you so much, guys.
So you moved back home, as in home to Toronto, but home with your parents as well?
No, I'm just staying with a few relatives.
Oh, okay.
At the moment.
So what's happening in the fall then with school? Are you going back?
Oh yeah, I'm going back.
You are. And what's class going
Ottawa.
to what's class going to be like? Are you guys allowed in, or what's the deal?
It's all online for the fall semester. We don't know what the winter's going to be happening, and to be honest, I don't agree with my school's decision for what they've done with the fall semester being completely online.
No, you don't. You want to go in?
Yeah, well, because I have smaller size classes, I think it could work for those types of classes, and then big lectures could have been online, but I feel like my school jumped the gun way too early with their back to school plan because they all decided this in May.
Yeah.
Oh, so going to school in Ottawa, but you're doing it online. Do you have to go back to Ottawa, or are you going to just stay in Toronto?
Oh, I'm going back to Ottawa because I have a residence offer there, and I accepted that before this all happened.
Now, are you allowed to stay in residence?
Yes.
You
thank
are?
God.
Oh, wow. I didn't think that they were going to allow people to do that.
Are there protocols?
Yeah, but they do have restrictions.
Yeah? Well, like what?
We're not allowed overnight guests from outside of campus, who don't live on residence, and on moving day, we can only have one person help us move in.
Oh, geez.
Damn.
A lot of upset moms.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? What's residence like now? Do people do you guys, is it still a party place? Because I know when I lived on campus at Humber all those years ago, it was like a movie. It was just non-stop chaos.
Yeah.
Non-stop chaos.
What's it like now for you, Sabina? Do you notice anything?
Well, only a select few of my buildings are the party buildings, and there were 2 instances in my first year where the campus police did arrive because some people were smoking weed at the time, and this was before weed was legal.
Oh my God. You know what?
That sounds so tame, though.
Do you know what would wake me up every morning?
What?
I'm not even lying. So at Humber, when you stay at the residence there, it was all single rooms, and there were these tiny, tiny, tiny little rooms, right? They were great though, but it was all single rooms. You would wake up in the morning by the sound of duct tape.
Duct tape?
Duct tape. Every
Why?
single morning, guys ripping duct tape is what woke you up. Because every morning before class, all the weed heads would duct tape all the seams on their door. So the smell didn't get into the hallway.
I guess that doesn't happen at your school in Ottawa, eh, Sabina?
No.
That's the school. That's the school. That's where I lived. Where I was telling you that the guy had his own soundtrack. Where every time he walked in the room, he had like a little speaker with him, and he would press play on a cassette tape. Yeah, and he would play his theme song before he walked into any room.
So you know. Well, Sabina, it's good to have you back. It was great talking to you. Happy birthday! Thank you for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show. And our birthday gift to you is to have you tell us, between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite?
Mocha.
Oh, wow. Just like that, huh?
Smart kid.
Thanks.
Love you, Sabina. Happy birthday.
You too. Bye, guys.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
I don't know if you guys got the storm that we got at 2 o'clock this morning. That shook my whole house.
Really? Where do you live? You live
Thunder.
in Kansas or something, man. Like you always
Thunder
come in
and lightning
with these stories of how these storms just hit your house. Like, are you sure it's not haunted?
Bro, don't say that, man.
Do you check your neighbor's yard for rain the next morning when you leave to make sure it's not just your house? I would, man. Well, if I got the storms that you claim you get in the middle of the night.
The power went out again. And it went out until, like, I didn't leave my house until 4:30.
Yeah.
And I'm usually on the road at about 3.
Really, huh?
The power went out. I was awake from 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Right when everything
was the
happened.
power out when you were trying to get ready this morning?
Yeah.
Oh, it was? So you had to get ready in the dark?
Yeah.
What was that like? You have a candle and stuff, or what do you do?
Flashlight.
Oh. You showered with a flashlight, or did not just take a shower this
No, I
morning?
didn't take my shower this morning.
No, you didn't take a shower. It's
No.
too dangerous. You can't shower in the
We have
dark.
like emergency lights around the house.
What do you mean, emergency lights
Like
around the
flashlights.
house?
Like, you know.
Why don't you call it a flashlight instead of emergency light? Why does it seem so fancy?
No, because it's not an actual flashlight. It's like a square.
Yeah.
It's got like these 3 bulbs in them where you can.
Do you hold it?
Yeah. It's got a handle, and then you have the option to
So it's a
turn.
flashlight.
But do you have to go and get
But
it?
not like a traditional flashlight.
Okay.
Do you have to go and get it from a drawer?
Yeah.
Oh, see? I have something taped to the wall that's battery operated just for this moment because you're taking time to go and get something from a drawer. What if there's an actual emergency? Just tap the light, it's on.
What do you mean you have something taped to the wall?
Like
Hang on. What wasting time? You mean reaching over to the nightstand that I have, opening the drawer that's attached to the nightstand, and taking the light out?
Oh, I just have to hit the thing on the wall.
But so
Where is the thing on the wall?
Oh, by the front door. So
you have to get up out of bed, leave the bedroom,
But you're going that way
walk
anyway.
past the kitchen,
Mocha's
into the
flashlight's
hallway.
in his nightstand.
It's in the nightstand next to the bed. I don't even have to get out of bed.
Oh, I don't know. My nightstand's full of Polaroids and cologne.
Ew.
Okay, please don't continue that story.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
That's it. It's September 1st. Happy Tuesday.
Yeah. It's my anniversary it was our anniversary yesterday on the show.
Was.
And it was my anniversary last night with Catherine.
What'd you guys do?
We went to a patio. We sat on a
Did
patio
you?
last
Aw,
night.
Cute.
Yeah. It was
And?
really wild.
Yeah.
It was great. It's beautiful. It was sunny. It was hot. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had way too much bread and hummus.
Oh.
Way.
I thought you were going to say too much to drink.
No, way too much bread and hummus.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God. I've been so down with hummus lately. Is it you say hummus or hummus?
I say hummus.
You say hummus? What do you say, Maury?
Hummus.
Hummus. Okay, cool. I don't want to get it wrong.
Why? What do you say?
Hummus.
Oh, okay.
Do you know, though,
but I
when
know
you-
some people say hummus.
Yeah, but it autocorrects to humans on when you're texting somebody.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
true.
I don't text enough about hummus.
Yeah,
people
I know.
to have that problem.
Because I once wrote I
Yeah.
was dipping bread in hummus, and it autocorrected to I was dipping
Who
bread
are you?
in
What kind of
humans.
boring conversations are you having during the day? Like, who
Hey,
are you?
Maury, what's up? What are you doing? Dipping bread in hummus.
Like I can guarantee. I don't know everybody you know, Maury, but I can guarantee that not one single person you know is going to be happy to receive a text that says that you're dipping bread in hummus. It's like when you send me pictures of your awful lunches that you make. I have no interest in seeing that. Zero.
Well, I thought you find yesterday's funny.
No, which was what?
A bucket of prunes.
Oh, I didn't even look at it. I
bucket
didn't
of
even
what?
look at it.
Prunes.
I didn't even look at it.
Ah, gross.
No, I don't. But no, we had a lovely dinner last night. It was great. And then I had a burger and I had fries.
Yeah.
And then I got extra bread for the hummus because the ratio to bread to hummus was just way off.
I know you always had it. Just give me a spoon.
Because you're allowed to double dip.
No, even still, there just wasn't enough bread. So then I got to order extra bread, and then I can't not eat all the bread. So Roxy and I are like plowing through the bread.
That's a lot of carbs,
I know,
man.
while she,
bread plus the bread for your burger, plus all your fries,
Okay, and then I was waiting for a burger, and Roxy was waiting on the fried chicken. All right, and then we both filled up on bread. We were both sitting there with our pot bellies, just like touching the table.
Did you undo your top button?
My top button is undone most of the times in life anyway.
What about now? Is it undone now?
No. No, because normally
because you got to keep it professional.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's usually undone in case you got to spring into action. Now, how you interpret action, that is completely up to you.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is...
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Hey, Brandon, how you doing, man? It's Roz and Mocha.
Hey, Mocha, what's going on?
Good, buddy.
So, Brandon, you wrote us this. So, I'm an automotive mechanic and have a tool guy that stops by once a week. We get along great and spend a good amount of time just talking while on his truck. The odd time he mentions his daughter. And a couple of weeks ago, I was helping him with his Facebook page for his business, and a picture of his daughter came up on his personal page. He says, "Hey, this is my daughter." And pauses for what seemed like 20 seconds. He then said that it wasn't the greatest picture and was wondering what she was thinking. My question is, with that pause, was he really trying to figure out what his daughter was doing, or was he waiting for me to say something about it and was trying to set me up with her?
Oh, wow.
Oh, my God. I don't want things to get awkward as we do have a good relationship. What the hell? I thought you were going to say that this guy was like married with a daughter, but you thought that he wanted to hook up with you. That's right. That's where I thought this story was going. Okay, so wait. So you're a mechanic. A guy comes in the shop. You're helping the guy. He mentions that he has a daughter, and then you're helping him with the Facebook page. The picture of the daughter pops up, and he's like, "Oh, man, I don't know what she'd think of that picture." And then he pauses, maybe waiting for you to say, "Oh, I think that picture looks great in that picture." And then he would say, "Oh, she's single." Like you were thinking like that might be the play?
Yeah, you got it right there.
Well, but that didn't happen though.
No, I just kind of...
All right, so go about your business.
Look and then,
Get back and fix the cars.
Yeah, go fix more cars, man. So basically, these are my favorite FMLs when somebody calls in and goes, "Nothing happened, but."
And then they create the story.
Well, yeah. Like, help me out with this thing that didn't happen.
Like nothing happened, bro.
Like, I could understand if the FML was like you had a guy come in who you really get along with, and you guys are pals and you like hanging out, but he's also trying to hook you up with his daughter. That would be something, because then we could talk about, well, do you want to risk the friendship? Because if it goes wrong with the daughter, you may not be able to hang out with this dude anymore. But nothing happened, man.
I think it was just my fault that nothing happened, though.
Oh, here we go.
Wait, why? Did you see the picture of this guy's daughter and think that she was kind of cute, or like you'd be into her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so you want something to happen?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're wondering if that opportunity was missed on your part?
Yeah.
Oh, this is a different question now.
Okay, then.
So you're now asking because you didn't bring it up at the time, even though you really wanted to, if it's cool at this point to go back to this guy and say, "Hey, can I date your daughter?"
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's tough, man, because what if he says, "Why? You're weird. Don't know. I showed you a picture of my daughter, and what, now you want to date her? I was just like showing you a picture of my family, man. What, and now you're cruising my kid? You weirdo, you creep? Like, what happens if that happens?"
I don't know. But we do. We do get along, right? So that's why I don't want to.
Yeah. Have you met the daughter before? No, you haven't, huh?
No.
Is she
no.
around? Is she around your age?
Yeah.
What does she look like? Is she cute?
She's about an 8.
Wow, bro.
Damn, Brandon, come on, bro.
Come on.
It was a yes or no, right?
I don't know, man. Do you value your friendship with this guy?
Yeah.
You really think that he left the door open for you to ask his daughter out on a date?
Probably.
Yeah, okay, well then go for it. Who cares? What's
Wait,
the worst that can happen?
Brandon,
What's the worst that can happen?
after you saw that picture, did you, like, when he wasn't around, obviously, go and, like, creep her Facebook and, like, Instagram and Twitter and all that?
No.
Okay, well, hold on a second here before I say ask her out. Do you know anything about this girl? Like, he showed you a picture, but do you know if she is, like, engaged? Maybe she's married?
Nah, she's...
No.
She seems single.
She
He hasn't
seems
said anything.
single.
From that one picture?
Is that because she's an 8? You're such a... What a jackass. What a jackass. No, I don't think that. I think it's weird because you have to understand this, okay? You will be a complete stranger if you just hit her up on Facebook. And that in itself is like, you just don't do that. Women don't want that. God, nobody, like, it's creepier. It's not going to happen, especially if you like, hey, I'm a friend of your dad's. Okay. If this is going to be instigated at all, you have to have a conversation with the dad. And then maybe the dad is like, hey, I know this like really great guy. Are you okay if I pass his number off to you? And then maybe you can text him. That's all on the dad. But to have a guy that you know just show you a picture randomly on Facebook of his daughter, and then you kind of go out of your way to ask her out, you can't do that, man. It's too weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's way too weird.
Well, I was going to ask him if she was single or anything.
Yeah. Okay, well, go for it. Have that conversation then.
Yeah?
Yeah, sure. Why not? I mean, if you're interested in her, you can talk to the dad about it as you would any friend. Hey, is your friend single? Hey, is your daughter single? I mean, it may be weird because I don't know how protective of his daughter he is.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Don't mention to the dad you think she's an 8, though.
Yeah, no.
Right? Don't do that.
Yeah.
No. I would just say if you are going to bring it up, then I think that you should just be straight up. You can't wiggle your way into this. I think that if you are interested and you like the guy and you respect your friendship and you also respect her, even though you don't know her, that's probably the most important part of all of this. Then I think you just straight up ask.
All right.
And then you leave it up to him, and then you leave it up to her. You don't go in initiating something over Facebook.
Yeah.
All right, buddy.
All right, brother.
Thanks, Brandon.
Aren't you going to ask me who's my favorite?
Oh, God.
Okay. Brandon, between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite?
Mocha.
Oh.
Why is that? Because out of 10, what am I?
You're Ted.
Oh, lies,
Oh, wow. I know you're a
lies. Nobody says 10 right after they go,
Yeah, you just hurt my feelings, bro. I'll take the win, though. Thanks, Brandon.
All right.
Later, dude.
Bye.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
On Kiss.
Candace, welcome to the Roz and Mocha Show.
Hi, how's it going?
Good. How are you today?
I'm really good, thanks.
Okay, here's what Candace wrote to us. Roz. Hey, Roz and Mocha, I listened to the podcast that was all about food.
Oh.
I was listening and wanted to help with the problem that Roz mentioned regarding his sore fingers when he eats pistachios. I heard this remedy a while back and have used it ever since because you had said, Roz, as many people have discovered, when you eat pistachios, when they're closed too tight, it's like pretty much impossible to crack them open.
I get pistachio thumbs.
So what Candace said is once you have a shell that's open, you can use half of this shell to open all your other nuts that are too closed up.
Oh, God.
You put it horizontally in the crack in the shell and then twist it to open them up and separate. Hope that helps. Have you tried that?
To me, it's an inconvenience. It's adding another step. Then I got to have my tool,
which is the shell.
Which is the shell in order to crack the nut. I don't know. Maybe I will try. To me, that just seems daunting.
I've tried
to me,
it before.
That just seems like it's an extra step that I don't need.
So it works. I don't know if you've experienced this as well, Candace. It works sometimes. When you get a shell that is like airtight, it's almost impossible.
Yeah.
You can buy shellless nuts.
So explain the technique then. Explain your sort of process.
No, you're right. It's basically you need a tool to help open the ones that are pretty well sealed shut almost.
Right.
I did a few test runs and for the most part it works, but sometimes if you like go too hard, it can like slide all the way through and then crack the nut that's inside. So it can get a little messy, but for the ones that are pretty airtight, like it's the best way to get it open without destroying it, and your best option to get the actual pistachio out of the shell.
I know, and Maury just brought up the fact that you can buy nuts with pistachios outside of the shell, but to me, those taste different.
Oh, really?
Yeah, to
or
me,
does it just like take the fun out of cracking open a pistachio?
No, they taste different to me. It's like when I have a can of club soda.
Yeah.
Or if I have a glass of club soda out of a plastic 2-liter bottle. To me, it tastes like two completely different drinks.
Oh, really?
Completely different drinks.
Oh, wow.
I will only drink it out of a can.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
The same thing with pistachios. Pistachios from the nut taste completely different to me than pistachios that you buy in the bag with no nut.
Really?
Yep.
I've never tasted
with
the difference.
with no shell. I'm not just buying a bag of shells.
Them shells
That would be
taste
so
good.
disappointing.
Imagine.
Oh, God. You go through all of them?
Thanks so much, Candace.
You're welcome. Thanks, guys.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Have you watched the Vow yet?
The Vow?
On HBO?
No. What is it?
So it's a documentary about Nexium. And Nexium was this organization started by this guy named Keith Raniere, who they had said had one of the world's highest IQs, and he was a savant pianist, and he was one of the, like when it comes to psychology and psychotherapy and everything else, he was a genius.
Yeah.
And he sort of mapped out ways to live and self-improvement, and they were curing people of Tourette's syndrome and all of this stuff down there.
Oh, wow.
And then they had celebrity followers, people that would go, and it was this kind of like organization where you worked really hard, and then they gave you like a sash to wear around your neck.
Really?
And then it was like a sash with a stripe, and then you would work your way up. It was like Scientology in a way. You would work your way up through this organization.
The Illuminati.
Right, yes. And then it turns out, like the guy is now, I think he's either in jail or not in jail for fraud, and then there was the darker side to it was the human trafficking aspect of it. So
It's all a TV show?
So Allison, no, it's real. This really happened. So Allison Mack was one of the actors on Smallville, and she was accused.
yeah.
The
Chloe.
blonde.
She played Chloe.
Yeah. So
I love that show so much.
She was accused of organizing this sort of sect within this cult to recruit other women to join, and the way that they did it to basically become slaves for this guy.
Oh, wow.
And he would like brand them and stuff, right?
Oh.
And the way that they recruited these women was they all wanted his adoration so bad that in order to join this exclusive club with the women, you had to give them collateral. You had to give her collateral. And what that collateral was something that was a deep, dark secret that if it were to ever get out, it would be career ending and would get you kicked out of Nexium. So all these people gave whatever these secrets were as collateral, and then they all sort of joined this group, and then everything wound up blowing up. But I'm watching episode 1, right? I didn't know it was episode 1. So I thought it was just a documentary on Nexium, on this cult. And Catherine and I sit down and we watch it, and we're like 45 minutes into it, and episode 1 paints a really, really great picture of Nexium.
Oh,
okay.
Like a big sales pitch video that
Like,
you're watching.
Yeah, like I'm sitting there and I'm like this is kind of awesome. Yeah. Like this place, like I know it's kind of goofy with the sashes and stuff, but it's kind of awesome. And they don't really get into any of the bad stuff in episode 1. Episode 1 ends with one of the members saying, "I think something's wrong," and then credits roll. So my fear is, and I have to tell people right now, if you're going to watch The Vow on HBO, okay, and if you watch episode 1 and then kind of get bored and don't go on to episode 2, you have to know that it goes horribly wrong.
Okay.
Because if you only watch episode 1...
It's like an infomercial for this great thing.
Long weekend is coming up, and you may be sitting there Googling, how do I join Nexium? Okay?
Don't do it.
Watch episode 2. Do not give up after episode 1. Please.
Don't give them your information.
No.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
How many times do you wear a pair of underwear before you wash them?
I mean, like, I try to say once.
I've once and once only.
But accidents happen, you know? Like, I'm not going to sit here and...
Claim to be a one-time user?
I do my best. I think that everybody should just do their best for once.
A new
That's
survey
the minimum.
asked people that same question, and 31% of men and 10% of women wear the same underwear 2 times or more before they wash.
Yeah.
3%.
Okay.
3% turn their underwear inside out before they wear them the second time.
Now,
Gross.
Are we talking like you've gone out on the bike?
Yes.
You know, all that stuff? Or are we
used
talking about you wake up and it's one of those days where literally you have underwear and jogging pants on and you just sit on the couch all day?
Doesn't matter. Same thing in my
I think it
opinion.
matters, huh?
No.
Really? Interesting.
26% of women wear a bra at least 5 times before they wash it.
Yeah, I get that.
And 6% wear it at least 10 times.
Sure.
And 31% of people wear their gym clothes at least 3 times before they wash them.
Oh, it's bad luck to wash gym clothes.
No, nasty.
You lose all your gains.
No. Yeah. That's gross. No. Wash your clothes, people. And wash your underwear. Dan and Maury made some cold calls, just randoms right across the country, to ask how long they wear their underwear before changing.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Good.
The underwear that you're wearing right now, how many days have you already worn said underwear?
I'm not wearing underwear.
What?
Summertime.
No, but
Commando, man.
Summertime.
I have no more questions.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, no.
Good.
The unmentionables that you're wearing, do you wear them more than once or do you wear them only once?
Hey.
The underwear that you're wearing right now, how many days in a row have you worn it?
Just one?
Do you ever go a few days with the same undies?
No, never.
Why don't racehorses wear underwear?
So weird.
No idea.
Because it rides up on them.
Yeah, sorry. I'm just at work right now, so
Oh,
moving
okay.
around. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, liar.
Hello.
I need to ask you about your underwear.
No, I don't think I'm going to do this. Thanks. Bye.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. It's Maury from the Roz and Mocha Show. Can I ask you a question about your underwear?
Sure.
Nice. Okay, how many times will you wear your underwear before you change it?
Once.
Ever more than once?
No.
Would you like me to sing you a song about underwear?
Sure.
My underwear is over there.
Perf.
Hello?
Sir, I have a fun question for you. Are you up to having fun?
No, I'm not. That's what I said. I'm not.
Why don't you want to have fun?
Why do I want to have fun then?
No, but fun's a good thing. Like, why can't we have a good laugh?
Why can't I do what I want to do?
But I wanted to talk to you quickly about your underwear.
I don't wear underwear.
Why don't you wear underwear?
I got my reason for not to.
You don't own? Do you own any underwear? I know, but
Yeah, I own some. I don't wear enough.
so why own them if you don't wear them?
I don't have time to keep them on. I stay busy.
Oh, you're too busy to wear underwear.
Yeah, for what they're made for, yeah.
Do you want to sing a song about underwear?
No, I don't want to sing no song about underwear. I'm just telling you what I do and don't do.
I know, but we could sing a song together about underwear, and it'll be fabulous.
We could do a lot of things. But great, good gooba looba.
Wow.
Hello?
I have a quick question for you about your underwear. Okay? And I need you to be honest with me, because I feel like people aren't being a little honest with me. Will you wear your underwear, the same pair, more than once?
The wife wouldn't like that.
But it's just me and you.
So weird.
Maybe, yeah.
Like, how many days will you go? What's the longest you've gone?
Most, probably two. Probably two the most.
Like 2 full days, like 7-8 hours?
Yeah, okay, all right.
Now, doesn't it feel nice to be honest? What do you call a collection of old underwear?
I don't know.
A brief history.
Ooh, all right. Clever.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Roz, we've been saying it for years, and now the world has finally caught up and recognized its true power.
Which is what?
The word jabroni has been added to the list of 650 words. Dictionary.com has just updated to their site.
You know what's interesting is that I remember specifically, like about 4 or 5 years ago, in one summer when I was hanging out with people, I explained to, I don't even know, 5 or 6 different people what jabroni meant. They were like, what is a jabroni? And I had to tell people what a jabroni was.
Yeah, you are for not knowing.
Yes, thank you. Jabroni?
Jabroni is defined by dictionary.com as a, quote, stupid, foolish person or a loser.
Okay, so it's now in the dictionary? Is that the deal?
Yeah, other words include swole, MAGA, and nothing burger.
Oh, wow.
So,
jabroni to me is long overdue. Jabroni should have been in there.
I agree.
First ballot.
And like The Rock really popularized that word during his run with the WWE.
Hoorah.
But a couple of years ago, The Rock did an interview where he was talking about the word jabroni.
Right.
And doesn't take credit for the actual word.
Okay.
Gives credit to where he heard it from originally.
Let me tell you something about the word jabroni. So I was very lucky and fortunate to have coined the word jabroni publicly on TV, utilize it as part of my rock speak, and had it become part of pop culture. You know, The Rock says this jabroni needs to go down to blah, blah, blah. You know, I'd say things like that. And it doesn't matter, jabroni. It was jabroni, jabroni, jabroni. And now the word jabroni is connected to me. When a lot of people think, oh, jabroni, oh, yeah, it's The Rock's word. No. It's not my word. It's the Iron Sheik's word. Iron Sheik was the one who would use the word jabroni backstage, and it became this legendary Iron Sheik speak. It was always, you tell it jabroni. Let me tell you jabroni. It was jabroni, jabroni, jabroni. I give the Iron Sheik all the credit in the world for the word jabroni. Jabroni, especially when he told me, just don't bit a jabroni. Keep your mouth shut.
So he credits the Iron Sheik, who, like, years and years ago, visited the Roz and Mocha show. And what I'm going to play for you now is Iron Sheik using the word jabroni when talking about former mayor, RIP, of Toronto, Rob Ford.
Okay.
What do you know? He's a big time jabroni. I mean, and no any human being care about him. He can go himself.
That's Iron Sheik using the term jabroni.
Yeah, a couple other terms as well.
And if I can play for you now real quick.
Yeah.
A super famous, one of my most memorable jabroni speeches from The Rock when he was with WWE.
Finally, The Rock has come back to Las Vegas.
And I love The Rock here. You can bet on that.
Undertaker, Mankind, Kane, and The Big Show. The Rock says you all four jabronis can go right down to the Tropicana Hotel. It's right up the road. You find the absolute best slot machine you can find. You can't miss it. It's got a big Brahma bull on the front, and it says the People's Slot Machine.
Hell yeah.
And then one of you jabronis pulls the handles, and there it is. 1 Brahma bull, 2 Brahma bulls, 3 Brahma bulls. You jabronis hit the jackpot.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Tell all the hunters to lay down their guns. Tell them that the tiger needs a little bit of love. Let them run the jungle.
I think you have to remind people
Let them
where this is
roam
from.
their land.
Everybody knows where this
I
is
don't
from.
think they do. You're the only one that watched Tiger King, and this is the thing you remember.
Cause I saw a tiger, now I understand.
I saw a tiger. Tiger saw the man.
Remember when you guys all thought that it was actually Joe Exotic singing, and I was the only one in this room that was like, that is not him?
He's got a beautiful voice.
Jabronis.
Whoever that is. Joe Exotic, too.
So, Carol Baskin is on Dancing with the Stars. She was announced as part of the cast for that show. Let me quickly go through some of the other people on Dancing with the Stars. Monica Aldama from Cheer on Netflix, Carol Baskin, Caitlin Bristow, who I adore, Vernon Davis from the Denver Broncos, and Hesh Sky Jackson, Justina Machado, Jeannie Mae from The Real, AJ McLean, who I think is coming on with us tomorrow, right? AJ McLean.
Yeah.
Jesse Metcalf, Nelly, Charles Oakley, Nev Schulman from Catfish on MTV, Chriselle Staus from Selling Sunset, and Johnny Weir. This is a really solid cast this season.
Yeah.
Like a really solid cast. But this was Carol Baskin earlier this morning on Good Morning America.
Well, Tiger King really glamorized animal abusers and villainized me for trying to stop animal abuse. And so I felt really betrayed by that. But what amazed me was how many people believed that false portrayal of me without doing anything to find out who I really am. So it's been a nightmare since Tiger King aired.
Well, do you think, Carol, you can turn it around with this show? And by dancing, you say you were villainized, but now people get to maybe see you in a new light.
I really hope so. And the biggest thing for me is that the longer my partner and I can stay in the running and in the competition, it will keep the cat's forefront in the viewer's eye. And to me, that was where Tiger King missed the ball. It really should have been focused on the animals. And so I'm hoping Dancing with the Stars will do that.
Okay, now and you talk about the show there, it highlighted kind of a beef you had, right? And we've seen how tenacious you can be against a rival. Now, should some of the other competitors be concerned that you're going to bring that same tenacity to the dance floor?
I am competitive, but I'm competitive with myself. I want to do the very best that I can possibly do.
Is she upset that they focused too much on the storyline that she may have killed her own husband and fed him to tigers? I think that's like the. I mean,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. I would be upset too.
Yeah, I think they're kind of leaning down that way. Like don't murder your dance partner, allegedly.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So
I'm looking forward to it,
AJ,
though.
with this season of Dancing with the Stars, is there like a Dancing with the Stars bubble, or are there multiple bubbles within a massive bubble? Like what's happening? What are the kind of like COVID procedures these days?
So there's a whole process. You know, everybody there from the crew, production, all of the pros, all of the celebrities, everybody is taking this very seriously. Every single day that I show up to rehearsal, I get a temperature check. I have to spit into this little vial that basically gets sent off right there and then. And then I get a message the following day that says that COVID is either not detected or detected. So far, it's been not detected, which is nice. It's a little nerve-wracking when you have to wait for that text message, and then you have to call and get a code and type in a code.
Oh my God!
Yeah, man.
But you know, masks are clearly worn everywhere except for in the dance room with just myself and my partner. There's no film.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Did you watch that whole David Blaine thing yesterday?
Not the whole thing, but I saw the important parts.
I watched the whole thing. Well, I watched when it started. We were here doing the show.
I watched bits and pieces of it when we were here.
And then I got in the truck and driving home, and I put YouTube on and cranked up the volume and listened to it my whole way home. I had to stop at the grocery store on my way home, so I put my phone in my pocket and my ear pods in and listened to it while I was grocery shopping. And then I raced home, and Roxy was watching it on the couch. And then I
waited until everything was over, and then I went back and skimmed through up until he got strapped in and started going up in the air.
I was obsessed. with it.
I thought it was cool, man.
You don't realize that this was exactly what the world needed to do on a Wednesday morning during everything that's going on right now.
Just watch straight up nonsense.
To me, it wasn't nonsense. That's the thing. To me, it was important because I think
that was important.
I do because I think that every now and then, what David Blaine does, and I know that there's so much of what he does that we don't know how he does it, or what the tricks are, or what the actual circumstances are. They manufacture danger. Although this looked really dangerous on its own. But I think that what he does is he has really built a market aside from the magic that he used to do, which is now what he displays as human potential, right? And even the whole run during the special yesterday where he was teaching people how to hold their breath for 5 minutes. And he was doing that in like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And people were able to hold their breath for like 4.5 minutes, right? Like what he does is he displays human potential. And I think that is what makes something as ridiculous as flying into the air with helium balloons and then parachuting back down to Earth important.
Did they say how much everything that he was holding on to weighed? Because you had that pole that was attached to all those balloons, but then you also had like arms coming off of those poles that had like cameras and gear and all sorts of other contraptions.
Well, it was less than what he weighed. Right? Because he was 198.
Yeah, 198.
And then he had 4 sandbags on him. And I love the way that they integrated his daughter into
Oh my God, dude, that was so cute.
She was the co-star of all of this. And the first conversation that I saw that they had was this one.
This is what I've been telling you about, that I've dreamed of since I was your age.
Yeah, like the boy in the movie that floats with the...
Yeah. And what I want to do is I want to grab that rig of balloons and I want to go floating all the way up into the sky until I become a little dot in the sky that you're going to see.
I will see.
Yeah, you're going to be able to watch me go all the way up.
A black dot.
And where am I going to head towards?
Venus.
Yeah, but not that far, of course.
I hope so.
But he got like super high.
I know. Yeah.
Was it like 25,000 feet or something?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, 25,000 feet is when he dropped. But when he went up, he didn't, like, I was like, why not just wear the parachute? Like, why put yourself through all of that where you have to then put the parachute on?
Yeah, you make an extra work for yourself.
Right.
While like, hanging from...
Yes. He made like a lot of like extra work for himself.
I feel like it was suggested, but he said to the crew, no.
Yeah.
Level up. I'm going to have it with me and put it on when I'm up there.
Yeah, exactly. So this is David talking to his daughter again mid-flight while he's in the air.
It's amazing. It's so beautiful. And again, it's like magic. Feels like I'm floating.
Yeah. I don't
like
see
for real, without the balloons. Yeah, it just feels like I'm floating in the air.
Oh, great.
It's amazing.
Right,
This kid's so cute.
And then he stuck his landing, and they went through the whole process of him and how he had to learn how to skydive.
Yeah,
and he did so many jumps. He was doing like 50 jumps a day or something like that. But the guy who taught him how to skydive was like the world's greatest skydiver. And the guy's claim to fame, this guy who taught him how to skydive, was he jumped out of a plane from 18,000 feet with no parachute and landed in a net.
What? With precision?
Yeah, because that's because picking your landing is so much a part of skydiving.
But when you're like falling to the ground, you're picking up speed.
Yes.
What kind of a net did he jump into?
It wasn't that big, but it was pretty high. But yeah, he jumped out of a plane with no parachute. The guy taught him how to... No, thank you.
Absolutely not.
No, thank you.
One tiny little gust of wind.
Yes. Yes.
Right? Or maybe you hit a bird.
Yes. Now, when everybody said he farted, was he in the air or on the ground? In the air. Listen to this. So people started saying that he farted, but there's no way. This is something else, because there's no way that when he's that high in the air with the microphones as close to his mouth that you're going to hear a fart. But
like you'd open at 7,000 feet. 7,000 feet so you can make it back to the spot. You did a handle check, so you're good?
No,
okay, right?
I don't think that's a fart.
No way.
I know. I can see how it could be mistaken as a fart, but that's not.
You did a handle check, so you're good?
That sounds like a glitch in the communication.
Yes.
Between him and the people he was talking to, right?
You did a handle check, so you're good?
That's definitely not a fart. I have a question about the balloons.
Yes.
When he let go, and he started descending to Earth.
Correct.
Where did that pole with all those balloons go?
Just up.
Into the atmosphere?
No, because I think that they actually had the ability to deflate the balloons from the ground.
But they had like all that camera gear and everything there.
Yeah.
So like all that like destroyed now?
It was all in the budget.
So it's going to be on...
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is...
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Hey Mary, how are you? It's Roz and Mocha.
Good yourself?
Good, thank you. All right, this is what your FML reads to us.
Mary, you say, my son was accepted into the number 48 in the world business program in Canada. He also got into other reputable universities, but he has decided to go to a second/third tier university. We had numerous discussions, but my kid thinks that he is 18 and can make his own decisions. I feel like I'm watching him crossing a train track with a train coming at full speed. How can I help him see that going to the number 1 business school in Canada will widen his choices and brighten his future without damaging our close relationship?
Wow.
I know.
So why does he want to go to the school that he wants to go to?
He said it is closer to home, and if he has a bad weekend, he can always just come home and have us for his back.
Gotcha.
Sorry, if he has a bad weekend, he can't
come home
He
so
can
he can have
always
his
come
back.
home.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, gotcha.
And so how far is the number 1 school?
5 hours by flight.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
Here's the thing, though. He's a very independent person. He's outgoing. He is he has strong work ethic and determination. With him saying that, I'm really surprised because that is so unlike him.
you have to take into consideration the environment in which your child thrives in. Obviously, he needs you. Obviously, there's a connection. Obviously, he is uncomfortable with being alone and the thought of trying to thrive on his own. I know he says, I'm 18 and I'm an adult and I can make my own decisions. But I think that the decision that he's making is based on not wanting to go through the pressures of being at that school and doing it alone.
Yes, but then it is only 3 years. The first year is all online.
It's still a long time, and especially for an 18-year-old. Is there a chance, Mary, that let's say your son goes to a school that isn't the number 1 business school in Canada, and he is closer to home, but him being that comfortable being close to home is going to push him to success and to succeed at those schools and be everything that he hopes to be or that you hope him to be?
Well, I really can't tell about that. It really depends on him. It depends on the economy. Who knows what is going to happen, especially during this situation that we are in right now.
Yeah, but also him going to a number 1 school doesn't guarantee that he's going to get all those things that he wants anyway.
Correct. But then the thing is, it does have better connection. It also opened up to more opportunities. It's a more well-known name.
Yes.
The people, when you mention the university, you mention the school that you go to, they will go, oh, right, you go to that school.
Yeah, I get it. I will say this. The idea that you want a child to succeed at the highest levels is an unrealistic expectation, okay? Because I think that you are, as a parent, maybe a little bit narrow-sighted in all of this, because I think that you are only looking for maximum success within one area of your kid's life. And I think that if you push for him to be successful in school and only school, all the other parts of his life are going to suffer. You want him to be successful all around. You want a well-rounded, happy, driven individual. And if he is alone, sounds to me like he doesn't want to be away from you, and there's nothing wrong with that. But what else in his life is going to suffer to the point of where it will not be able to excel on all the other things in his life if he moves to a place that he doesn't want to move, and he's asked to excel in a program that he didn't want to take, and he's asked to make friends that he didn't want to have, and he's asked to live in a city that he never wanted to live in? How well do you think he's going to excel there?
It would be tough.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough. And it's not just the schooling. It's all the other things in his life that you need to encourage him to excel in as well. You have to look at everything. You got to look at it all.
And on the flip side, listen, if he goes to that number 2, number 3 school and is closer to home, what if he does succeed and he kills it at that school and gets the job that he wants and gets that future that he wants, right?
I will be really, really proud of him. I will be very happy for him. But then the thing is, it is not the number 2 and number 3. It's like the second or third tier.
Yeah, listen, but he can do a year here and then still apply next year at the school. Like, let's say he does a year here and goes, you know what? I actually need more of a challenge. He needs a reason to go there. Okay, he needs a reason to leave you.
He doesn't need to be forced.
Yes, he needs to develop a new way to be motivated in an entirely new atmosphere, in an entirely new place, without fear. It's too much pressure on him.
Okay.
It's too much pressure.
Especially at 18. Like, he needs his independence, and he'll get there. Don't worry. He will get there.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, then.
Don't be so pushy, Mary.
Just go and love your son and encourage him to be excellent in everything. And then you guys sit down and you write a list of all the things that he wants to accomplish in the next 3 years. And school is only going to be one of those things on the list. You need to sit down and figure out all of his goals, all of the dreams that he has for himself in the next 3 years. And you need to help him achieve all of them, not just the best school.
But he's also a very stubborn child. So he will just plow through.
Oh, stubborn child. Where did he ever get that from?
Gee, I don't know.
Yeah, gee, Mary, I don't know.
Yeah, fall back, Mary. Fall back.
Yeah. The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Have you been following along with what's going on with Hurricane Nana?
I saw
made landfall. It hit the coast of Belize overnight.
Yeah.
It's so funny the way they come up with names.
Yeah.
For tornadoes and hurricanes.
There is a system, though.
And they go in alphabetical order, and it's got to be.
Yeah.
One time it's, they'll all have to be female names or male names.
Yeah.
But this latest one made me laugh because it's Nana. Because I just can't thinking about grandmothers everywhere. So Tim and Maury decided to call his Nana, who he actually calls Nana.
Yes.
To tell her that there's a hurricane named after her. And I got to tell you, bro, she was not pleased at all.
Hello.
Hi, Nana.
Did hell freeze over? I'm finally hearing from my grandson.
What are you talking about? I call you once in a while.
Oh, yeah, once in a blue moon.
But am I still your absolute favorite grandchild?
No, Billy is.
Oh.
Well, because he's much smarter than you.
Wow. Okay, shots fired. Okay, well, I have some breaking news. You're trending.
What the hell does that mean?
You're trending. You're popular today.
Oh, yeah? I've never heard that before.
Yeah, there's a new tropical storm, and it's called...
Don't tell me Gert.
No, that would be... I believe they've had one of those. There's a new tropical storm, and it's called Nana.
Nana? That pisses me off.
Why?
Why would they name a tropical storm a wild storm after all the nice, lovely nanas in the world? Oh, Sam.
Oh. What's your issue with a storm named after you?
It's not named after me. It's named after all the nanas in the world. Nanas are loving ladies. I'm speaking for all the nanas out there. What do we do to get a name change? This is not fair.
It seems like you're a little bit upset about this.
That really ruined my day. Now I've got to go back to bed.
Oh, wow.
Well, you're like a storm this morning.
It's like a storm now that you gave me that news.
Damn, man.
Okay, well, hey, listen, I just wanted to let you know, and I'm going to let you go, but I promise I'll call more often.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope I'll see you at my house for Rosh Hashanah.
Yes, absolutely. I'll call you back. We'll figure all that out. I love you. Bye.
Bye.
By the way, there has been 2 Hurricane Gerts.
Oh, has there?
Yeah.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Here we go.
Hey, Mocha, you ready?
Yeah.
Let's do the news. This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Mariah Carey has announced that she's doing an Apple Plus Christmas special.
Oh.
It's going to be Mariah Carey's magical Christmas special. It'll feature music, dancing, celebrity guests, and animation. There's no set date for the special yet, but I'm guessing around American Thanksgiving is when you can get into that. She also talked a little bit about her new memoir and went on record. If you remember back in 2008 when Mariah Carey was on the Ellen show, when everything over the summer, when Ellen being a bully and being mean and the show just being a cesspool of negativity, the clip of Mariah started resurfacing. And this is when the stories were that Mariah was pregnant, and Ellen was asking Mariah to say that she was pregnant on the show. Mariah was reluctant. And so Ellen's funny thing to do was to try and confirm or deny the pregnancy by forcing Mariah to drink champagne, to drink alcohol.
People are saying that you're pregnant. There's rumors.
Don't discuss that.
All right. Well, you don't have to
No,
answer.
that's okay. No, honestly,
you don't have to answer me. Let's just toast with champagne and decide.
But they've been saying that since we. I can have some champagne. It's just fattening. So,
you can have champagne?
That's not champagne because you can't.
No, it
have
is.
Is it really?
Yeah. You want to taste it?
I can't believe you did this to me, Ellen.
What? No,
I'm trying.
I'm not going to ask you if you're pregnant or
This
not.
is
I'm
peer
just going to
pressure.
say.
Do you see what Ellen is doing? This is peer pressure.
Let's toast to you not being pregnant. If you're not pregnant, then we should.
My goodness.
Oh man, awkward.
How about to the future?
Yeah. You can really,
and for both of our futures, who knows what they hold? Okay, cheers.
Cheers.
It's too early for me. I only
That line
drink
hits
it
different now.
after 3 p.m.
Yeah. You're pregnant. You're pregnant.
No, I didn't say that. No. My mother would be at home like, what are you talking about? No, we will let you know when we're going to have a family.
No, you won't.
So Mariah says this: I was extremely uncomfortable with that moment, is all I can say. And I really have had a hard time grappling with the aftermath. I wasn't ready to tell anyone because I'd had a miscarriage. Whoa. So, and then she and Nick Cannon afterwards got pregnant with the twins, Moroccan and Monroe. But you should note that she goes on to say, I don't want to throw anyone that's already been thrown under any proverbial bus, but I didn't enjoy that moment. But Mariah did go back on after that 5 times.
Yeah.
So she's talking about that one isolated sort of moment because that's the thing that went viral after everybody started going after Ellen. But yeah, so she did have a miscarriage. Michael B. Jordan has broken his silence following the passing of his Black Panther co-star Chadwick Boseman. Michael wrote this: one of the last times we spoke, you said we were forever linked, and now the truth of that means more than ever. Since nearly the beginning of my career, starting with all my children when I was 16 years old, you paved the way for me. You showed me how to be better, honor, purpose, and create a legacy. And whether you've known it or not, I've been watching, learning, and constantly motivated by your greatness. He goes on to say, I wish we had more time. So that is from Michael B. Jordan on the passing.
So sad, dude.
Of, Chadwick. Harrison Ford came out and gave a statement as well because they did the Jackie Robinson movie, right? Is that what the movie they did together?
Yeah.
They did that
42.
one together. 42. Arnold Schwarzenegger is heading to the small screen.
Okay.
So he's apparently signed on to do a spy drama series about a father-daughter sort of combo, 1-hour episode scripted series being developed by Skydance Television. Skydance Television are the people who also produced Jack Reacher for Amazon.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So they're serious about this.
Yeah. So it looks like it could be really cool.
Okay. I'm down.
I'm down with that. No other casting news was announced for that. So more of Kanye's interview with Nick Cannon has just come out. And in that interview, he talks about the 2009 MTV Video Awards when he jumped on stage and interrupted Taylor Swift. So if y'all remember that, this is what it sounded
Taylor,
like.
I'm really happy for you. I'm going to let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time. Ooh. One of the best videos of all time.
All right, we heard you the first time.
So this is Kanye with Nick Cannon talking about the inspiration behind that moment.
Right now, God has given me the information, and he ain't gave me no other information other than this information. Right. And we have this right now. So that means he wants me to say this now. If God didn't want me to run on stage and say Beyonce had the best video, he would have sat me in the front row. I would have been sitting in the back. It wouldn't have made it the first award. And it wouldn't have made it so ridiculous of an idea because I had never heard of this person before. And this single ladies is like, one of the greatest videos of all time.
So you spoke your mind. You spoke your truth.
I spoke, and I was only drinking Hennessy.
I was about to say you had a bottle of Hennessy.
Because I didn't want to go to the award show because it was a setup.
Okay, so God and Hennessy, right? I understand the Hennessy part.
I had some Henny last night. It's delicious. Very calming.
God told me if God didn't want me to run up and interrupt Taylor Swift, he would have sat me in the back.
Come on, man.
Today is also the 15-year anniversary of one of the greatest Kanye clips of all time. This was actually the clip that introduced Kanye to a much wider mainstream audience. A lot of people, this was the first time they'd ever seen or heard of Kanye, which is during the concert for hurricane relief when Katrina hit the U.S. And Kanye was standing there right beside Mike Myers and said this.
Oh, no. I mean, this is, Red Cross is doing everything they can. We already realize a lot of the people that could help are at war right now, fighting another way, and they've given them permission to go down and shoot us.
Mike Myers standing there looking stunned.
And subtle, but in even many ways more profoundly devastating, is the lasting damage to the survivors' will to rebuild and remain in the area. The destruction of the spirit of the people of southern Louisiana and Mississippi may end up being the most tragic loss of all.
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Please call.
Poor Mike Myers.
Mike Myers like, bro, I'm just here to read the teleprompter.
I know.
They asked me to do this. I don't even know who you are.
I know. What are you going to do?
Follow the script.
Amazon drivers in the States are hanging their cell phones from trees.
For what?
For work.
Huh?
So it's so wild. So this was a story out of Bloomberg, and they're reporting that some Amazon delivery drivers, these are contract delivery drivers, are now putting their cell phones in trees so that they can be chosen for a delivery over other drivers. The drivers are manipulating the Amazon delivery app Flex by putting phones in trees near delivery stations. By syncing their tree phone to their regular phone, they can get a delivery order faster than drivers who are even a block away. Sometimes drivers use multiple tree phones so that it goes to two of their phones. Okay. He looked confused.
Is it like, well, my parents have a bad signal on their phone, they hold it up in the air to get a clearer signal?
Yeah, so they're gaming the system, and Amazon is finding it really hard to figure out how to work around this. So according to the experts, with people with direct knowledge of Amazon's operations, this is to take advantage of the handset's proximity to the station combined with software that constantly monitors Amazon's dispatch network to get a split-second jump on competing drivers. So
from holding your phone here to holding your phone up here?
Yes. So where they are located, the proximity of phone to dispatch, the closer your phone could mean a split-second jump on other drivers being contacted, even if those drivers are like a block away, just sort of cruising around the neighborhood. Because I think that that's what people do, is that around these buildings, they just like keep circling, like limo drivers at the airport, just sitting there waiting until they get called. But now people are hanging phones in trees right outside the building so they can get that jump. And then they have multiples in there. So if it's a 2-package deal, one driver may actually get called for both.
You know, I honestly thought that the way Amazon worked and the way the deliveries work is that a driver will get their schedule for the day, and you have like a certain neighborhood or a certain area, right?
Right, yeah.
That you are only delivering to that area. So you do a bunch of deliveries, maybe you go back to the warehouse, you pick up more stuff, and you go back to that area, do more deliveries.
No, the delivery system is far more low-tech than what you think it is, but the dispatching system is far more high-tech, I think, than what you think it is. What's that?
It's like Uber.
Yeah, it's exactly. It's like Uber. But imagine if the Uber building, if the closer you were to that Uber building, the faster that you would get.
And the higher your phone is in a tree.
And the higher your phone is in a tree. But you see these pictures, and there's literally, it looks like Christmas ornaments.
Really?
Yeah, they're all hanging off these trees.
Come on, man.
It's wild to me. Anyway, so that's what's going on with Amazon drivers. Tyler Perry is Hollywood's newest billionaire. How much were Harry and Meghan paying to rent that guy's house?
I know. Apparently enough to make him a billionaire.
Jeez. A new cover story in Forbes described Perry as Hollywood's newest billionaire, reporting that he has earned a whopping $1.4 billion since 2005. And this is because of the genius behind Tyler Perry. Because Tyler Perry owns the entirety of his entire creative output, including 1,200 television episodes, 22 feature films, and at least 24 stage plays, as well as a 333-acre studio lot at in his Atlanta compound. And
good for him. He finessed the system hard.
Which he used that studio that he built to leverage his deal with Viacom CBS for production, because he's like, you pay me more, I will produce everything, and your overhead is low because you don't actually have to use studios. So that deal alone was $150 million a year for new content. That also gives him a stake in BET.
Wow, good for him.
So yeah, so Tyler Perry is Hollywood's newest billionaire. Consumer behavior, they say, has completely changed now that we're all working from home. According to a new study, coffee, ketchup, and Lululemon pants and sneakers are among the big winners of the Corona economy, while bottled water, expensive diapers, and Burberry trench coats are the big losers.
Oh no, Burberry, what you gonna do?
I know. What are you gonna do? There's a lot of things people aren't buying anymore.
I will say.
Yeah.
I have been wearing a lot more Lulus lately.
Have you?
Because they are so comfortable.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really? Huh?
They actually have some of my favorite pants.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I've never owned a pair of Lululemon. No.
Bro, the ABC pants, you'll love. And
What's
the commission pants.
What's ABC stand for?
Anti-ball crusher.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
No, I swear.
No?
That's really what the technology is.
That's like Catherine asked me the other day to go get her a cereal. And I was like, what cereal do you want? And she's like, I think it's called Holy Crap. And I was like,
expensive.
Yeah. And I was like, what do you mean it's Holy Crap? And she's like, go get me the cereal. It's called Holy Crap. And I'm like, I'm not walking in the store. And if I can't find it, I'm not asking somebody. You're trolling me right now.
Yeah.
Right? But it's actually called Holy Crap cereal.
There you go.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
So these are called what? ABCs?
The technology is anti-ball crushing.
Really, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Some of my favorite.
Maury.
I've had the same Lululemons for 20 years.
Yeah.
They still fit
20 years?
Yeah, and they still fit perfectly.
Okay.
And they're so comfortable.
Okay, yeah, just because they stretch doesn't mean they fit perfectly, Maury. The numbers are in from the Toronto District School Board on what families, what the plans are with their kids and the back to school rollout. And here's how it breaks down. They say 70% of elementary students and 78% of secondary students will return to class. But 60,000 other kids from kindergarten to 12 have registered for remote learning. 60,000 kids have registered for remote learning. What that means is that 700 high school teachers will be diverted away from the classroom this fall to teach remote learning classes.
Damn.
So that's a lot of kids, 60,000. Oof.
Everyone's Rogers internet going to be like maxed out.
Yeah, people are scared though, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that also there's a lot of people who are choosing to not send their kids back because I think that they're just anticipating that schools will shut down again. I think that that's the fear that parents have, and then you're going to have to transition your kid again. So why not just get them used to remote learning out of the gate? Or you got a high school kid who's like, I'm not going back.
Yeah.
And then you got parents being like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, Mom, I'm worried about my health.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
I'm sure there's a lot of that.
No, but you look at what happened in Quebec, because they opened schools, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And they got a bunch of cases right now.
Yeah, I know. It is
tough.
It's very tough. And when it comes to COVID, this story took off yesterday. Dr. Theresa Tam released a statement reminding everyone to practice safe sex amid COVID-19.
Of course.
So what they were saying was some of her tips that both you and your partner should monitor yourselves for COVID-19 symptoms before and after. Mm-hmm. Don't consume excessive amounts of alcohol. Okay. No kissing or face-to-face interaction.
Okay.
Wearing a mask during could help avoid this. I'm just saying. Be aware if you or your partner has conditions that may put you at risk for catching COVID-19, and of course, engage in all safe sex practices. She also goes on to say that that sexual activity with the lowest risk of contracting COVID-19 is one in which you can do on your own.
Okay.
That's the tips from the top doc.
Noted.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle signed a huge deal with Netflix. Multi-year deal, exclusive deal. The value of the deal is not known, but the couple will be producing shows and films from scripted content to kids shows, saying, our focus will be on creating content that informs but also gives hope. They go on to say, as new parents, making inspirational family programming is also important to us. Although they do not have any real sort of producing experience, they do have 2 projects currently in development. One is an animated series that celebrates women, and the other is a nature documentary series. And people are going in on them now for the, as new parents, making inspirational family programming is important to us. And I think it was Pierce Morgan who was like, both of you ditched your families.
Yeah.
Like,
they got to make money somehow now.
But like we're going to take advice from you and like be inspired from 2 people who walked away from their both their families.
Yeah. And it was bitter too.
Yeah.
It wasn't like we wish you well,
Yeah.
It was like, get out. You're not a prince no more.
I know. That royal family's messed up though, but still. A message from the CNE. CNE estimates that a 95% loss of projected revenue due to the coronavirus pandemic. They say without significant financial investment and relief, the long-term economic viability of Canada's largest fair is uncertain beyond next year. So next year's dates, the 2021 dates are August 20th to September 6th, but that is the latest from the CNE. Miley Cyrus was on Joe Rogan's new podcast. Joe Rogan moved everything over to Spotify in a deal that was reported to be about $100 million.
Wow.
Yeah. And his a lot of
Spotify. Do we get that?
What's that?
Right? I said our podcast is on Spotify now.
Yeah.
We don't get that though, right?
100 million?
Yeah.
No, but the thing is that he's taking his stuff down from everywhere else. So it's exclusively on Spotify.
Yo, big man tings.
And his fans are pissed because a lot of the content that he had that was a little bit more controversial, a lot of the interviews that he did that do very, very well on YouTube because people love conspiracy theories and they still sit and watch Alex Jones videos. None of that stuff is on the Spotify podcast list. So there's a lot of podcasts missing when they migrated the show over to Spotify. And neither Joe Rogan or Spotify have commented on that. But what sent the fans over the edge yesterday was the fact that his first show on Spotify featured Miley Cyrus as a guest and not sort of what they're used to getting from his show. So they're already doing the, man, you changed, bro.
He's like, guys, it was one show.
Yeah, bro, you changed.
Like I have other guests lined up.
I like Miley Cyrus. I'm interested in this.
I don't know why people hate on her so much.
Miley talking about what it was like to publicly go through a divorce.
I recently just went through a very public divorce. What really sucked about it wasn't the fact that me and someone that I loved realized that we don't love each other the way that we used to anymore. That's okay. I can accept that. I can't accept the villainizing and the just all those stories that, like, it's just amazing to me that the public kind of thinks that there's no gap of time that they didn't see that could possibly be what led to this. Like, it's not one day you were happy on the carpet and the next day you were making out with your friend in Italy. Well, there was a lot of time in between that you didn't see.
Right.
How old is Miley? She's super young still, right?
27.
Sometimes when Miley talks, no disrespect because I like her.
Yeah.
She's in her late 20s, but she sounds like she's been smoking for 50 years.
Miley sounds like she's got some city miles on her.
27.
27.
Yeah,
27. Yeah. I like Miley a lot. I always have.
So do I.
Pretty Little Liars, apparently a reboot of Pretty Little Liars is coming from the creators of Riverdale.
But that show's not that old.
Pretty Little Liars?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it went off the air in 2017.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're looking to do a reboot. Now, at this time, it's unknown if creator I. Marlene King would be involved with the new series. The project has not been taken out to market yet, but a natural destination would be HBO Max, they say, which is also owned by WBTV's parent company, Warner Media. And according to sources, the streaming service is looking to build out its young adult content. To that end, HBO Max is currently prepping a sequel to this teen series Gossip Girl. Pretty Little Liars, they ended in 2017. 7 seasons they did of Pretty Little Liars.
Oh, yeah.
So if that comes back, I know a lot of fans are going to be pumped for that.
Roz and Mocha Q&A.
Hey, Sabrina. Welcome to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast. How are you?
I'm good. Morning. How you doing?
We're good. So you recently had a root canal, huh?
Yeah, fun times.
How long did that last?
That was a solid 2 hours.
Oh, geez. And are you awake during that whole time?
Yes, because they refused to put me out. Normally, I pay extra for that service, but they don't do it at that dentist.
Oh, really? Wow. So you asked for it?
Yeah.
So what do you do? Like, do you talk to people? What do you do during that?
You can't talk to people. She's getting a root canal.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. I'm so tired today.
Yeah, what do you do for 2 hours?
I listened to the podcast. That's the only way I survived it.
Oh, nice. All
My
right.
dentist literally told me turn up the volume because he saw how tense I was getting.
Oh, really? So
Yeah.
what, you have like your AirPods in or something like that? Or are they playing it like in the office for you?
No, I have my headphones in. I don't have AirPods.
Okay. So you got your headphones on. All right.
Hold on, can I ask you a quick question?
Sure.
Root canal. Is that like where they go, like, I guess, between the gums and the teeth to clean the, like, what is it, to clean the roots, or what happens?
No, what happened was, I don't even know when it actually happened, but the nerve ended up dying in my tooth, so they have to drill in there. You feel like the pressure of the drill and stuff like that. And you go inside and they clean it out, and then I saw him take things every once in a while when I peeked. And they just fill up the hole with stuff, and then they do a filling on top of it.
Yeah. I had I think 2 root canals, like 10 or no, longer than that now, like 12, 13 years ago.
Really?
When I was living in Kitchener. Yeah, I had to get a couple of root canals. Worst days ever.
I thought root canals were like saved for people in their like old age.
No. Most
young
people that I
people.
know have root canals have them in their 30s.
Yeah.
It's
Most people.
So what's your question for the podcast?
Well, I got 3 fast ones. Where would you like to travel to if you had to work remotely for a year?
Just home.
No, you had to travel.
No, but are you saying that if I got to work from home, like where would I choose to work if I was able to?
Yeah.
No, home.
Really?
I would go nuts anywhere else for that long. I do. You know me. I don't like traveling, and if I do travel, I prefer to travel for work because I like to go somewhere and have a purpose. So that's why I'm sort of into this question. I don't like traveling really for pleasure. And once I get anywhere, I have never been anywhere where I was not so incredibly bored and agitated and going out of my skin that I wanted to come home after 6 days. 6 days anywhere is my absolute max. My absolute max.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right.
Yeah, 6 days. 6 days is my max.
Damn it, Maury, if you could work remotely for a year, where would it be?
Oh, hands down, Manhattan, New York.
Really, huh?
Or Portugal.
Even with COVID?
No, but I'm assuming
Are we talking,
COVID's
Sabrina,
not
are
with
we
this.
talking about like pre-COVID or like COVID doesn't exist in the world?
COVID doesn't exist.
Oh, it does not exist. Okay.
No.
Does that change your answer, Roz?
No.
Okay, so Maury would go to New York.
New York or Portugal. But I mean, the language
But what are you
barrier.
going to do in New York, Maury?
I'm going to work remotely.
No, but okay, so Maury, first of all, what kind of place do you think that you're going to be able to afford?
I assume that they, like, whatever business they
No,
put you up.
you're doing your job on this show. You just get to do it remotely.
Like, they're like, we need you in New York.
No. You know, they don't. Nobody needs you in New York. The choice is yours.
Then why am I there?
It's because you just made the
You
choice.
just said.
No, but it
Sabrina's question said, if you could work remotely for a year, where would it be? If you
could work remotely.
You,
but I
Maury,
assume-
you.
The way I'm looking at this question is, it's like, okay, the company you work for, they're like, we need you to go somewhere.
They would
Where
never
would you-
say that.
No,
let me finish.
no.
Where would you dream we need you to
That
go?
is
their
not
place
even
to be?
remotely what this question is. It's not even remotely what the question is. If you had the ability to work remotely, but you could work remotely anywhere, where would you work?
But I love New York.
Okay, but you're still doing this job, making this money. So what's your life going to be like in New York?
Oh, I'd be like, obviously, in some sort of hostel.
Yes.
And is Matthew with you? I guess not.
It does not say that in the question.
Oh,
here.
wow. That's why Maury picked New York.
I know. Maury's going to be doing the show like with phone cards. You know what I mean?
All right, guys, I'm ready for the show. I got 12 cards here all lined up.
I'm in a hotspot.
Add another quarter.
Yeah, no. But yeah, you could not afford to live in New York more. I shouldn't say that. You probably could afford to live in New York. You'd have a very, very small place, probably a couple of roommates, but you would be in New York, and that's part of the charm of living in New York. But I think that you would hate living in New York if you had a much reduced lifestyle than what you have
Oh, but
already in Toronto.
I've mapped this out in my head. Like, if I ever had the dream come true where I could live with roommates in New York, it would be with the piano player from the gay piano bar, and we'd have nightly sing-alongs in the living room. Like, it would just be a
It's
gay
not
old-
what it's like. You know that, right?
Again,
Why don't you just have
you're
nightly
not in my
sing-alongs
head.
with your husband
It's
at
not,
home?
It's not what it's like.
Well, we don't have piano, and neither of us know how to play the piano.
No, you would leave the house on Sunday and not come back until Sunday night because your roommates would be watching football all day.
Why do I have straight roommates?
No, even gay roommates. I'm telling you, man. Yeah, I'm telling you.
If I had to work remotely from somewhere for a full year and I got to do this show,
Yeah, like where would you be comfortable? Where would you like to finish this show and walk out? And what would you like to see?
oh my God. So one of my favorite places in the entire world is a spot that my wife and I have visited a couple of times out in Cabo.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of like the main touristy area, but it's like a 15-minute drive to like the next town where you can get like groceries and there's shops and stuff like that. And it's right along the water. And it's high up on this mountain and it's like totally secluded and you just got a beautiful view of the ocean and there's like mountains there and just the weather is just absolutely beautiful. So if I had to wrap up the show every single day and walk out onto the deck and see all of that right there, that'd be...
Now, it does not say in the question, your wife has to be with you.
No, it doesn't. He just made that choice though, because it would actually be lovely to be with your partner in that sort of situation.
Yeah, I couldn't.
What's that? When's the last time you were at that place?
I think that was like 2015.
2015. So
Yeah.
like has the drug cartel stuff affected that place? Because I know Cabo was bad for a while, and then recently bad for a
That
while.
I don't know. If it has, I don't know about it.
Yeah.
I know the place still exists, still being run by the same people,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, because I know there was a run that went straight up through Cabo from the airport, and I don't know how far it went, but that run was, there was an article about it where it became one of the most dangerous runs in Mexico. Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Cabo had a real bad run for a while.
All right, Sabrina, question number 2 is what?
What is your bedtime beauty routine?
Oh, okay. Beauty routine?
Beauty routine?
Yes, beauty.
I'll tell you Ross's right now. She shuts his eyes, he sleeps.
Yeah.
And then he wakes up the next day and comes into the show.
Yeah, what is my bedtime
Wait, before
beauty
anybody
routine?
else answers, do you have a specific routine? Actually, back up. If you could work remotely for a year, where would it be, Sabrina?
I'd go down to the island, somewhere where I got like mountain views and I can still hear the ocean somewhere.
Oh, beautiful. All right, so what is your nighttime beauty routine?
Oh my God. So you start by brushing your teeth, gotta moisturize, use my chapstick, got eye cream, got pimple cream, and then I got my foot cream.
Wow.
It's a whole process.
How long does that? How long is your routine?
It's about like 15 minutes, and then after that, in bed, don't move again.
Oh, wow. Roz?
I don't even brush my teeth before bed.
At all?
No, because I brush my teeth twice, sometimes 3 times during the day, but never right before bed. It'll be like after I get home from doing one show or after I had something to eat or whatever it is. But no, my bedtime beauty routine is I go down to bed and I fall asleep.
And that's it.
Yeah, and then Catherine sometimes comes to bed smelling like French fries because she'll put apple cider vinegar on her feet.
Yeah.
Which is...
Did she wear socks?
No.
She does that?
No.
Oh,
She just
wow.
rubs it on her.
right?
She just, no, nothing.
So then the blankets smell like apple cider
Listen,
vinegar?
bro, what am I going to do? Okay, I love her. What am I going to do? Kick her out? No, you deal. So even Catherine does, she washes her makeup off, but she doesn't apply anything.
Yeah.
She doesn't, there's no real big bedtime beauty rituals. Like Catherine, from the time she will leave the couch, I just cruise right to the bedroom and go to bed and just get right into bed. She usually wanders in maybe within 4 minutes after. Her whole thing is takes her 3-4 minutes just to wash her makeup off and put some stuff on her feet and then comes to bed. So there's not a lot of that going on in my house. Now, when I was a little bit younger, I used to suffer from extreme bedhead. Okay. And when I would go to school, because when you go to school, you'd take a shower at night and stuff like that. Nobody when you're in school takes a shower before school. And so I used to sleep in a toque.
What?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I had a toque on my bedside table or hanging off my bed pole, the post.
Yeah.
And before I went to bed, I would put a toque on. So in the morning, I wouldn't have a crazy bedhead. because I had notoriously wild bad head.
So in the winter, did you just wear the, like you get up, wear the toque, keep the toque on?
No. Where I went to school, it was a sign of weakness to wear a toque to school. So nobody wore toques to school.
So only to sleep?
Yes, only to sleep.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I always did. Every night I slept in a toque.
Really?
Every night I slept in a toque.
What did the ladies think of that?
Nobody knew.
Oh.
I was in junior high.
Sometimes sleepovers with girls.
Yeah.
then.
So like my mom,
Friends' moms?
yeah, no. So I would sleep in a toque, and then if it was the winter time, you would leave the house. Your mom would make you put a hat on and your gloves on, and as soon as you got 2 houses away, both the hat and the gloves were back in your bag, and you did not show up at school wearing a toque and gloves.
Damn it, Maury, what is your nighttime beauty routine?
Okay, I mean, outside the obvious of brushing your teeth and rinsing with mouthwash, I often put on a rose hip night mask.
Okay.
That you leave on and it sort of absorbs into the skin.
Yeah.
So after I apply the rose hip mask, I spray myself with grape water. Okay. And then I put cream on the only backs of my hands so I don't get Madonna hands.
Just the backs of your hands?
Just the backs of my hands, because that's where your age shows first, I read.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, and then I...
Also the palms of the hands of somehow.
Oh, I didn't read that part.
Okay.
Okay, and then I cream my right foot and put a sock on.
Why just the right foot?
Because that one's dry. The left one's fine.
Oh,
I don't know.
why is the right? Why do you have one dry foot?
I have no idea.
Oh.
And then I go to bed.
Sounds like you have an internal drainage problem. there's something. There's like there's
like your palms aren't dry, your left foot isn't dry.
Yeah, it's weird.
Something's wrong with the plumbing, bro.
Yeah, there's something going on down there. Like, you shouldn't have one dry foot.
I do.
Yeah. Is it thicker than the other one? Like, does it feel different?
Oh, it feels totally different.
Totally different.
Like I have no more fingerprints on my feet.
What do you mean?
Whatever the print.
So it's swollen?
No, it's just like over time, I've like so much skin has come off that it's just kind of like a lump.
Wait a second.
My heel is a lump.
We have one of those shavers at home, the electric one. It's like a grinder. It's like a pumice stone.
Oh, yeah.
And it looks like a face shaver, but the pumice stone spins in a circle. And when you stick it on the bottom of your feet and you grind your feet, first of all, it feels delicious.
Yeah.
It tickles so much. But then dry skin starts flying off your feet like snow.
Ugh, gross.
Right? Like snow everywhere. And we collectively as a family fight over that thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we love it. We love that thing. It is one of the best feeling things.
No way, man. I'm way too ticklish to use something like that.
You would never do that,
No.
huh?
Also, my heels are smooth.
Yeah.
Because I lotion my feet every day.
Doesn't matter. This thing, it's not even about lotion. It's about life. It's about walking. It's about what shoes do to your feet. It's about a buildup. It's all that stuff.
Yeah.
And once you use this, you will never go back.
You have one of those, Sabrina?
No, I don't. I just go to the beach or run around in the sand.
Oh, that's very different.
Well, that was... Yeah.
My bedtime routine is our beauty routine is very basic. It's just brush my teeth. And depending on what kind of a day I had, like if it was like real sweaty because it was super humid outside, I may wash my face and moisturize and then that's it.
That's
go to bed.
it. Yeah.
Do you ever have like insanely itchy feet and you have to put cortisone 10 on them?
No.
You have to put what?
No.
Cortisone 10.
No.
What's cortisone 10?
Yeah, like insane itch cream.
Why are you so swollen, dry, and itchy?
Don't answer that.
It's like you're made of wood.
Sabrina, what is question number 3?
If you were a refrigerator, what item would you hate holding on to?
Oh, God.
Roz, go ahead.
What item would I hate? I hate ketchup.
Maybe onions because, okay, how about this? Maybe onions that have been cut already. You know, sometimes if you get like an extremely large onion, but you don't need all the onion, you'll chop it in half, use what you need, and then the other half, maybe like for us at least, we'll put it in a Ziploc bag and put it in the fridge, right?
Yes.
But sometimes the smell kind of leaks out from the bag, and then your whole fridge smells like onions. So my answer would be a onion that's already been cut and put in a Ziploc bag.
Mine would be a jar of olives or cilantro.
Because you don't like either of those things.
I'm allergic to olives and I just can't stand cilantro.
I don't really think that you're allergic to olives.
No.
I think you just don't like olives.
If you ever have time, I'll prove it to you.
How?
I'll just put an olive in my mouth and instantly throw up.
We've asked you many times on the show, here, have an olive. And you're like, no, I'm allergic. I'm going to die.
Extremely afraid of throwing up.
But
so you just don't like
You don't
olives.
like olives.
No, but I instantly will throw. I could walk by the olive display at a grocery
The
store?
like the Olive Garden?
No, that's what I thought he was going to say. Even just the word olive.
Yeah,
I'm allergic to.
even just the word olive. I can't even walk by the
Okay,
Olive Garden.
so you don't like olives, but would you ever go to the Olive Garden?
Even with the coupon.
Would you ever go to the Olive Garden?
No, I've been to the olive, but I can't have the salad because that's where the olives are.
What about olive oil?
Oh, I love olive oil.
Oh. That tastes like olives, though.
No, it does not.
Yeah, it does.
No, because
Why is it called olive oil then?
I don't know.
Yeah. You know what it's made from, right?
I assume olives, but does not taste like olives.
So guess what? You're not allergic to olives.
No, I'm allergic to olives in their whole form.
No, you're not. You just don't like them. You just don't like them.
Then explain to me why when I walk by the display at the grocery store, I dry heave.
Because you don't like them.
Because you know in your head.
So my game is when I'm in the grocery store, as I know I'm approaching it, I go holding my breath until
you're about
I
to catch
passed
COVID?
it.
Well, first of all, I know you can only hold your breath for about 15 seconds, so you better be walking fast in the grocery store.
Yeah, you just don't like olives.
Your lungs are as dry as his feet.
Ross, do you have gross. Do you have an answer for this? If
No.
you were a
No, I
refrigerator,
don't. I can't.
Okay.
No, I
Just say
can't.
ketchup. Just say ketchup.
No, I can't. No,
Okay.
I can't. No.
Thanks for playing along.
Whatever.
Thank you,
Thanks. You're
Sabrina.
welcome.
You're welcome.
Take care.
Maybe something like watermelon.
You don't like watermelon?
No, just because it's huge.
Oh,
Takes up too
and
much
heavy.
room. Takes up too much room. That's my
true.
problem with the fridge is I don't like large things. I like things that can be maneuvered and manipulated within the space that a fridge gives you.
Sure.
A fridge isn't made to hold a watermelon, right?
You would rather things that you could Tetris around.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Like I like square things
Yeah.
in the fridge. That's for me. That's the way
You know
that
you can buy square watermelons.
No, you can't.
Yeah, you can.
Like a square watermelon.
Yeah, you can buy square watermelons.
Okay.
Where?
Where they grow them square. They, I guess, grow them in boxes.
Okay. You think I'm going through this? I don't even like watermelon.
Bro, I love watermelon.
Like I don't
so
mind
much.
watermelon,
Yeah.
but I'm not like a huge watermelon
Oh,
fan.
I love
Do
watermelon.
you like
do,
other
huh?
melons? Like
No.
cantaloupe?
No.
Oh, I love
No, I don't like any of that stuff.
You know what? I love all of it.
What's
Actually,
the green one?
honeydew.
That's the best
Honeydew's
one.
so good.
I'll never go for it. We always have it in the house.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You
I'll
never have
always
it?
have it in the house. I will never reach into the fridge and grab it. I'll reach into the fridge and move it to get okay
Out of my way,
out of my
Caleb.
way to get something better that's behind it.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm about to get this stick of butter.
Yeah, full fat mayo, butter, all that stuff, right? But no, I will never reach into the fridge and eat any of the sliced watermelon or anything like that. Never.
Marissa has a question here that reads, how did you all come up with your pets' names?
Interesting.
So you have, how many cats are in the house now?
Okay, so the cats that we have Pickles and Fig, and my whole thing was, and then upstairs my brother's cats were Beans and Weenie.
Aw.
And so
Were or are?
Beans is still alive. Weenie died.
Oh.
And so all of our cats were named after foods, right? So
Amazing.
So Pickles, Fig, Beans, and Weenie. And then we got Coco, and so that was another sort of food-ish kind of thing. And then Coco passed away, and then we had a big family meeting on what to name the new cat when we got him, which we thought was a her, and so we came up with Moo Moo because that's a cute name.
Yeah.
And then we're like, oh my God, little Moo Moo, it's like such a girl's name because Roxy just kept coming up with names and we were like, oh, it's such a boy name. It's such a boy name. And it turned into a real big fight in our family of what we're going to name the cat. And then we're like, listen, it's got to, it's a girl cat and your names are like aggressively boy names, everything else. And she's like, okay, fine. And then we brought the cat to the vet and they were like, yeah, no, this cat's not a girl, it's a boy. But at that point, we already called him Moo Moo. So now we have a cat named Moo Moo, who's a boy, which is clearly a girl cat name, by the way. I don't know why you guys are looking at me like I'm crazy. It's clearly a girl name. And that was really that. That's the sort of story was all my cats were always named after foods because I think that's cute.
Dan and Maury, where did your dog Andy's name come from?
Andy Monroe. Should you want us to guess?
Well, it was the easiest name we've ever come up with. Like there was no family meeting or anything. I'm obsessed with Andy Warhol and Matthew's obsessed with Marilyn Monroe. He wanted to add Carrie to the end of it and I said, that's where I draw the line.
Okay, so is Monroe the dog's last name or is Monroe the middle name? And if not, what is the dog's last name?
So for me, the dog's last name is Monroe. I say Andy Monroe, and that's how I registered him. I lied to Matthew and said I registered the full name. I did not.
Oh, what was the full name?
Andy Monroe Carey.
Oh.
After Mariah Carey.
So Matthew thinks that Carrie is on the paperwork?
Yeah, and I said, yeah, absolutely, and it's not, because I think I said to him, I go, that's just too thirsty. Like you really want Mariah Carey to know that you named the dog.
You're telling him that that's too thirsty when you have an account strictly for your dog? That you then go and like troll for likes and comments?
Yeah, that also is thirsty.
Right, yes. Okay, so Andy Monroe is the last name. But like you didn't give the dog like one of your last names.
No.
No.
You didn't have to at all.
Okay.
No, just Andy Monroe.
So what would Matthew say if he were to ever find out that Carrie is not on the paperwork?
Let me just tell you this right now.
Yeah.
Today is not, no. Today is not a good day to call Matthew.
Oh.
No.
Why?
Because, well, first, like he has business going on, right? No, I'm telling you right now is not a good
why?
day.
What happened?
No.
Tell us what happened. Or
There's just a lot of work things going on right now. And
okay.
Today,
So it's not you though.
No, not me. It's just today is
So,
today not.
God. Oh God.
What?
Oh God. Nothing.
Jesus, why? No.
Your call cannot be complete.
Somebody owes me new underwear.
Maury's heart is racing right now.
Maury, hold on for just a second here. If you did crap yourself right now, that's on you. You don't crap your own pants and go, somebody owes me new underwear. Like that's a you problem.
I think we've told this story a couple times before on the show and on the podcast, but my wife and I are big fans of the show Sons of Anarchy when it was on, obviously. And one of the characters, his name's Tig. So that's where we got our dog's name from.
What were some of the other options for Tig's name?
It was either Tig or it was going to be Charlie.
Charlie?
Oh, I like the name Charlie.
Yeah, it was. It just came down to that.
Because of perks of being a wallflower.
Yeah.
No, just because the name Charlie's cute.
Yeah.
Oh.
Jasmina or Yasmina, I don't know if I said either of those right or wrong. What has been your favorite giveaway since the Roz and Mocha show started? I would have to say, last year when we gave away the house.
I think that's the only answer, really.
Oh, actually, no. Okay. There are two things that happened on the show that we gave away that were like pretty monumental. So the house last year, but also last year when we gave away $25,000.
I know, but the house is a house.
Yeah. You know, we used to do something on this show where we would bring in three people who didn't know each other, and we had money to give away. It was like $1,000 or $10,000 or something like that. And they all had to go into a room, these three strangers, and go into a room and debate amongst each other on who was most deserving of the money. And we would record those conversations and play them on the radio, and it had to be unanimous,
That's
right?
right. Yep.
It had to be a majority vote. And so you would take these three strangers and stick them in the room, and they would all plead their cases. My life is like this, my hardships are like this, my
This
whatever's
happened
like
to me.
this happened to me. And the first couple times we did it, you got the sense that the right person won, that the other people in there, conceded, and they said, okay, you deserve the money. And when we asked them for their votes, they gave it to the right person. But then people started coming in and lying, and it became really, really ugly, really, really fast.
Yeah, you used to stick me in that room with them,
right? Because
when they were debating.
people started trying to figure out that they could lie, and they were very convincing, and they would convince other people that they deserved the money more than they did, even though they really did not. And so we had a couple of those. And to me, that whole run, because I remember everybody was talking about that game that we played. Like every single person I talked to would listen to it, and they were obsessed with it like it was a reality show on Netflix at the time. Like it was crazy. So I think
I totally forgot about that one.
Yeah, I think as far as, well, we had a girl come in who lied about being raped.
Yeah.
If you remember. And then it got out that she lied about being raped, and that made news. It was in the Globe and Mail, it was in the Toronto Star, it was in everything else, and it was a huge news story about this girl who went on our show who lied about being raped in order to win $10,000. And for some reason, the heat came down on us, not on her. And so we then had to defend, our positions in the show to be like, we were lied to just like the audience was.
Yeah.
So that was that whole run of those games that we did, I think were probably my favorite. $25,000 was my number one when we did that one.
That was a lot of fun.
That was my favorite one.
That was a marathon day for us.
Then I would say this, where we were giving away, the three people had to decide amongst themselves, and then the house. Just because for me, we didn't have a game to play for the house.
Yeah.
Right? There was, it was just this long process where we gave away keys. And then that one day, everybody came in and they tried their key in the door and somebody's key opened the door and they got to win the house. But there wasn't really a game to it. Like, I like the games.
I do remember the food that we ordered for the $25,000 secret was pretty awesome as well.
I don't even remember that.
Subs.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay. Kevin Rogers asks, if you were on a desert island and you could only bring 3 things, what items would they be?
Well, cell phone, right?
Like, he never gave parameters.
Like, can I say Catherine Roxy and something else?
Yeah,
or
but then-
three things, like things. We're talking inanimate objects.
Yeah, let's say that.
Yeah. So
obviously
But
clothing
my question
doesn't
would
count.
be, my question is, like, are you on that desert island and then are you there to live forever, or is the goal to then
survive long as, let's just say
get
the goal,
off the island?
Let's just say the goal is to survive as long as you can. As
Okay.
it would be in life.
Okay.
Right? As it would be in
Can I
life.
bring a lighter?
Sure.
And a multi-tool?
How many tools are on a multi-tool?
Multiple.
Multi.
Duh! That's why it's called a multi-tool.
Like, what do you got on your multi-tool?
Okay. A screwdriver, a knife,
Yeah.
and what else would I need? Because I've got a blade and I've got something to make fire. What is something else? Fine. I'll just leave it as a dual tool.
A dual tool. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Fair enough.
Screwdriver and a knife on there.
Okay. Maury?
Okay.
Oh, can I bring a satellite phone?
No.
I was going to say fully charged cell phone.
No. Because there's no service. You're on a desert island in the middle of nowhere.
Wi-Fi.
Cell phone's
Okay.
not going to do anything for you.
Oh, can I bring a blanket?
Yeah.
Yeah, but one would
Done.
assume that you have clothing and stuff with you, right? Like that's not one
No,
of the
just
3
just
things.
what you have on your back.
Oh, just what you have. Oh, really?
Yeah, yes. You're
Okay.
not packing a full suitcase full of and then here's my 3 things.
It's on vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah, one thing is a suitcase full of stuff.
I thought that it's assumed you have a package of clothing.
No, the clothes on your back and 3 items.
Okay. I am bringing a hibachi,
Okay.
right? So that if you catch a fish, you can cook it.
Okay.
Okay.
What are you lighting the hibachi with?
Well, it comes with a propane tank.
So that's 2 things.
That's
okay.
2 things.
Well, is it though? Because
Yeah.
the
Yes.
when you buy the hibachi, the propane's with it in the box.
Okay.
But that propane's only going to last
That propane's going to last you 4 days.
what? Yeah, like a week?
Well, how long am I there?
You have to, the goal is to live as long as you can.
And then die.
No, the goal is to just live as long as you can.
Okay. So hibachi.
Yeah.
Still? Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, like a book, something to occupy yourself with.
Okay.
Okay. And binoculars.
Wow, you would be dead in
A day.
a day.
1 hour.
1 hour. Yeah.
A book?
Yeah. Yeah.
You mean you would have time to sit there and read a book? When,
All you have
it's-
is time.
Yeah, but you should be using that time to survive.
Backsies, tent.
A tent. Wow. Okay, cool. I'm bringing a canister with the thing on the top to purify water. That's the first thing I'm doing.
Oh, good one.
Okay, so I can drink.
Yes.
The second thing I'm doing is I'm bringing a long knife. So
Okay.
at least 13 inches, one that I can chop things with, but I can also tie to the end of a stick and I can fish with it. I can do all of that stuff. The other thing I'm doing is bringing flint to start a fire.
Fire.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you meant
Right?
like your friend.
No, to start a fire. I think that
When
those
have
things.
you ever heard him talk about
My
somebody
friend
he
Flint.
knows? Hey, Flint.
Yeah.
Like, that's cool of you to bring him.
Yeah, yeah,
Hey, Flint, I'm going to this desert island.
yeah.
You want to join me?
Yeah, I don't know, and I don't know what else you could possibly like. In my head, I'm like, a tent would be great, but am I willing to give up something to clean my water, a long knife, or a flint
Well, you can,
for a
you
tent?
can,
No,
you can borrow my hibachi.
no, you are alone on the island. You're alone on your island.
What the hell is he going to do with your hibachi?
Yeah.
We'll cook what he catches with
No,
the fish.
I'm gonna make my own fire. I'm gonna have a big fire.
Yeah, well, I'm going to have, seasoned barbecue stuff with the lines on the meat.
Yeah. Okay. For a week, and then you're
And
dead.
cooking with what? Like just dry ass fish.
Yeah. How are you?
In the hibachi, you're not oiling it or
What are you
anything.
gonna cook?
Fish that I catch.
With what?
A
Your
stick?
hands?
No, I've seen, like, can't you grab like a stick and you go in the water and you jab it into the fish?
Okay. What are you gonna do? How are you gonna sharpen that stick? How are you getting that stick
Okay,
off
so
a
I
tree?
don't need the book anymore, so I'll bring a knife.
Yeah, no, have the book so you can read about sharpening sticks.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring a book on how to survive on a desert island.
Well, at least you have your friend.
Yeah, at least it's me and Flint. Yeah.
Fazila asks, what insignificant or petty things that other people do make you incredibly angry, where most people would not think twice about it?
Okay, so read that again. Give me an example. Maybe I need an example for this.
Insignificant or petty thing that other people do that make you incredibly angry.
Insignificant.
Is there something that other people do that's just like not a big deal, but just bugs the hell out of you?
Oh my God, so many things.
I was going to say a lot of mine come from people who are driving on the road.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of it. It's like people who will not use their signal to lane change, people who are aggressively driving right up and like riding your tail, or will like zip around you and then just to get in front of you, people weaving in and out of traffic, stuff like that.
I would say that the biggest thing that drives me more nuts than anything else, and everybody does it, is when you're at the gas station and you fill up, but you also want to run in and get a coffee. And so you just leave your car in front of the pump. And they go in and they line up and they get a coffee.
Yeah.
And they come out like 5 minutes later.
So you're supposed to move your car?
Move your car. Move it.
There are parking spaces.
Move the car.
Okay, fair.
It's so rude. That is to me, that is like a crime. That it shouldn't be allowed. Like it should state that once you have filled up your car, whether unless you're going in to pay, right?
Yeah.
But if you're going in to pay and stand in line for Tim Hortons or whatever it is, your car needs to be moved. You need to vacate that spot.
David Morey?
For me, one is people who push the handicap button to open the door and they are able-bodied.
You do that all the time.
No, but if there's other people around.
Maury, first of all, you know when somebody does something and then somebody else forgets that other person did it and then this person tries to say that they did it? I have railed against this for years.
Yeah.
Because you're the one that does it.
No, but I also railed against it.
No, you don't.
No, I think that you don't have an answer, so you pick something
'cause I
that
have
Roz
another
is
one.
very
No, you
passionate
don't.
about.
Every day, every time you would do that, when we would come in together, we'd walk through the tunnel and you'd hit the button and I'd be like, ugh.
I'm specifically talking about the door in my building now.
No, but you do this though.
All the
You're one
time.
of them. You're one of them.
You know what I can't stand?
One of them.
And this is has no like effect on my life.
Yes.
But when I go to Walmart, right?
Right.
And they have doors for entering and exiting.
Because of COVID or just generally?
In general.
Really, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of grocery stores have that.
And
Enter, exit, yeah.
it drives me nuts when I'm trying to walk in and I see people walking out
Right.
from the entrance
Yes.
door.
Yes.
Right? But it's weird because the doors open. Doesn't matter which side of the door you're standing on. They will automatically open anyway.
Right.
So it's totally fine, but it drives me nuts when I'm trying to walk into Walmart and people are using that entrance to walk out.
Right.
What about the people who are walking along the sidewalk but texting or looking down at their phone and walking super slow and you can't get around them?
True. Also being a passenger in a car where the driver tailgates.
Oh, worst.
I hate that.
What about the people when you are going to the ground floor in an elevator and people don't let you get off and they're already trying to come in as you're exiting?
You do that too.
Yeah. I don't want to point it out.
Yes, you do.
I don't want to point it out, but Maury does that all all the time, and the texting and walking with your head down on the ground,
and the texting
looking
and
at the phone.
These are all the things you do. And I would say a few of those you're actually very good at them.
Okay, but I'm not going to tell you my fourth one.
Which is what?
Cracking your knuckles.
You do that too.
See?
Maury, you are, I can't tell you the amount of times that you have been like on your phone in front of an elevator while the door opened.
Yeah.
And people couldn't get out. Like you combine all of these.
Hit us up on Instagram at Kiss925 when you see our posts that read Ask Roz and Mocha. That is where we get all of your questions from.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10
on Kiss 92.5.
Kiss925.com.
Or download the Kiss 92.5 app.